From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
I have a call for you from Hartford, Connecticut. One moment, please.
Oh, thank you, operator.
Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Johnny?
Yeah, that's right.
Bill Ferguson at Continental Insurance and Trust. I'm glad I caught you before you left Los Angeles.
Oh, I was just about to check out of my hotel here in Beverly Hills and grab the morning flight back east.
Well, don't.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you remember Alvin Peabody Cartwright?
Cartwright? That wild old character who lives up in Lakewood a few
Yeah.
miles north of Hartford?
That's the one. Batty as they come, but worth a lot of money.
Hey, you can say that again.
Oh?
That robbery I cleared up for him last winter? Bill, he insisted on giving me a small bonus for it. 3,000 smackers.
Wow.
Yeah. So if Mr. Alvin Peabody Cartwright is calling for my services, I am ready, willing, and able.
Well, he is, Johnny. He says it's tremendously important that you contact him at once.
All right, then I'll finish my packing and grab the plane.
No.
What?
He's out there on the coast. Has a little, or at least he calls it little. He has a place right there in Beverly Hills at 10321 North Roxbury Drive.
10321 North Roxbury. Did he tell you what it's all about?
Only that it's very important that he see you right away. When you consider how many attempts have been made on his life over the years.
Yeah, I know.
And, Johnny.
Yeah?
Don't forget that Cartwright is a pretty important client of ours. If anything should happen to him...
I see what you mean. Okay, Bill, I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Insurance and Trust Company Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the life at stake matter. I notified the Beverly Hilton that I'd be staying over for a while and grabbed a Beverly Hills telephone directory. Expense account item 1, a call to Crestview 32121. Mr. Cartwright?
Cartwright?
Yes, sir.
Cartwright, huh? Well, that's very interesting.
I beg your pardon?
What's the matter? Don't you hear good? I said that's very interesting. You see, my name is Cartwright, too.
No, you misunderstood.
So, what can I do for you, Mr. Cartwright?
Listen, will you? This is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar? Oh, now, what's the idea of trying to confuse me that way? I'm Cartwright. You remember?
Yes, sir.
And, Johnny?
Yeah?
How did you do it?
Do what?
Get out here so fast. I only put in that call to Hartford about an hour ago, and here you are. I mean, how did you manage it?
Oh, well, you see, Mr.
I know these new jet flights are pretty fast, but... Now, Johnny, you haven't been fooling around with some of those rocket ships, have you?
No. I'm afraid not. I just happened to be here already, you see.
Oh.
I was working on a case up at Morro Bay.
Oh. And did you solve it?
Yeah, it came out all right.
Well, congratulations. Johnny, you are a wonder. And I think you deserve some kind of a reward for it. So, maybe I'll think of something.
Oh, well, thanks, but that won't be necessary.
Whatever you say. I know that I'm deeply indebted to you for the things you've done for me, so, Johnny...
Well, don't worry about it.
Whatever you say. Well, nice to have talked to you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute.
What? Wait a minute. Well, can't you see I'm busy?
But you sent for me.
I did.
Yeah. You called Hartford, said you wanted to see me right away.
Oh, of course I did. What's the matter with you, anyway? Of course I want to see you. Jonathan Peebles, too. Right away.
Who is Jonathan Peebles?
He's an old friend of mine. He lives out here. I telephoned him to come a-running, too.
Oh, well, what's it all about, Mr. Cartwright?
Well, just you get yourself on over here to my house, and I'll tell you. And don't you waste any time. You just hurry.
Pretty important, huh?
Important? It's vital.
Well, is somebody threatening you, something like that?
I said it's important, Johnny. And I mean important.
Okay, Mr. Cartwright. I'll be right over.
Hurry, Johnny. Please.
Yes, sir. Yeah, old man Cartwright was as wacky as a bedbug. But what Bill Ferguson had told me was true. A lot of people had tried over the years to get to him, get to his money. So I phoned the desk for an Avis rent-a-car and started down from my room. I say started. The youngster who came barreling down the hallway, chasing a hula hoop, was probably a very nice kid, a great joy to his parents. May even grow up to be president of the United States. But as I started out the door, that hoop caught me between the knees and down my leg. Oh.
Daddy! Mommy! I killed him!
I came to a couple of hours later on a table at the dispensary, I guess you'd call it, there at the hotel. I was conscious of a good-looking blonde in starched white uniform standing beside me, holding a wad of cotton a few inches from my face.
That's better now. That's better.
How is it?
Now, once more, take a good, deep breath. Inhale, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. Oh. What?
Just smelling salts. You had quite a bang on the head.
Yeah.
You should see what you did to that metal door panel. When the child's parents say that if there's anything they can do, they...
No. Nurse, where's my coat? Oh, here.
But you ought to rest a while.
No, sorry. I gotta get out of here. And thanks. I dashed out to where my rental car was waiting for me and drove to the address of North Roxbury Drive in a wealthy section of Beverly Hills. A beat-up touring car that must have dated back to the early 30s was parked in the driveway. The front door of the house stood wide open. Mr. Cartwright! Mr. Cartwright! Oh, hello. Is that you?
He isn't here.
What?
Are you Mr. Dollar? Are you Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Jonathan Peebles, Alvin's friend, and... Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. What's the matter?
He's gone. Something's happened to him, and... Oh, Mr. Dollar.
Well, yeah?
Well, from what I saw, from what I've found around here... Oh, Mr. Dollar, he's been murdered.
He what?
I'm sure of it. He's been murdered.
Mr. Cartwright has been murdered?
Oh, Mr. Dollar, what can we do?
Well, what happened? How long have you been here?
He telephoned me, told me to come over here, that it was very urgent.
Yeah, he told me the same thing.
But he often does that. You know how he is. Always has to see me right away, immediately. And often it's just for some little thing like sharing some ice cream with him or seeing a new flower that's just come into bloom.
Yeah, I know.
Most anything. So
now...
that's why I didn't hurry coming over here. And anyhow, Betsy doesn't like to be pushed.
Who is Betsy?
Well, that's my nice old car that's parked out front. Didn't you see it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I named it Betsy after an old white horse I used to have when I first came to California.
I see.
A wonderful horse. And would you believe how old she was when she finally died?
No, and I don't care. Now, about Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear Mr. Dollar. Well, when I finally got here a few minutes ago, I was surprised to find the front door standing wide open. But then I wasn't surprised either, if you know what I mean.
I certainly do not know what you mean.
Well, I mean that he often left it open that way, and I told him 1,000 times he shouldn't do it, that it was careless of him, and that one of these days some ruffian, knowing about all the money he had... Well, I told him, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, I'm sure you did, but that doesn't do us any good right now.
No.
Look, before we go any further, Mr. Peebles, just who are you? One of the many of Alvin Cartwright's eccentric old wealthy friends? No, I beg your pardon. I didn't quite mean that the way it sounded.
Well, I should hope not. Believe me, I may be eccentric, but I am not wealthy. If it wasn't for beneficial finance, I couldn't even keep up the payments on Betsy.
You mean to say you're still making it? Oh, now, wait a minute. Mr. Cartwright.
Oh, yes, of course. So, well, anyway, I came into the house and I called to him. I looked around for him, but there was no one here.
No servants?
No. And anyway, he keeps changing them so often that, well, I just can't keep up with him. So I looked all through the house.
Any sign of a struggle, anything like that?
No. Then I looked out the window, and I saw them.
Who's them?
2 men walking out the driveway from back where the garage is.
What did they look like?
They were awfully rough-looking, but they were well-dressed, so I thought perhaps they were a couple of Alvin's new servants I hadn't met, but... Oh, if I'd only thought about that tool robe they were carrying, and the way it was dripping.
Wait a minute, what's a tour robe?
Oh, it's like a big, heavy suitcase, like a small wardrobe trunk. Well, it's more like a suitcase.
Oh.
It was heavy. They could hardly carry it. And, oh, Mr. Dollar.
Wait a minute. Listen. You said it was dripping.
Oh, yes. Oh, all over the drive.
Come on. I think we better take a look. And close that front door.
Oh, yes.
Come on. These men were coming from the garage.
That's right, yes. But Alvin doesn't have a car, so what could they be doing there?
Is that where he kept his old luggage?
Yes, and the frozen food locker and some garden tools. Oh, there. Now, look.
Yeah, I see.
Oh.
Good Lord.
Oh, yes, it's blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they've killed him, dismembered him. Then, oh, Mr. Dollar.
I made a hasty inspection of the garage. Nothing. I found no sign of a struggle anywhere in the house. I tried to get a description of the men he'd seen from Jonathan Peoples, but I'm afraid he wasn't much help. And yet, with that funny mind of his...
Oh, dear Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid I'm so distraught that I just can't remember it all.
All right.
Poor Alvin.
Now, look, they must have had a car, Mr. Peoples. Did you notice a car out front?
Car? Why, yes, I did.
All right. Can you describe it to me?
Yes, it was a touring car in 1931. Oh, no, that's my car, I'm thinking.
Oh, great.
But there was another at the end of the driveway. And, Mr. Dollar, I've seen that car before.
What kind?
Well, it was a four-door sedan. It was a big car.
Yeah?
It was silvery on the sides and a cream color on top, like vanilla ice cream.
You know the make?
And the license number was CFU 160.
Good. You're sure of that?
Oh, I never forget things like that.
And you say you've seen it before?
Many times.
Where?
At the dock.
Where?
At the Malibu dock. That's where he keeps the Alpi car.
Where? Who keeps the what?
Where Alvin keeps the Alpi car, his yacht. Alpi car. Alvin P. Cox.
Okay. It's a pretty slim lead, but come on. And it was a slim one, believe me. But I couldn't see calling in the police until I had something more definite to give them.
Oh, here. We can take Betsy, Mr. Dollar.
Are you kidding? We'll make better time in mine.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh,
we cut out through Westwood, then Santa Monica, then hit the coast highway and headed north. Finally, we pulled up at the entrance of the Malibu dock.
Look, that's the car I told you about, parked there at the side.
Yeah, and it looks like coming here may pay off for us.
But the boat, the Alpi car, it isn't at the mooring. Whitey. Oh, Whitey.
Oh, hi, Mr. Peebles.
Yes. Have you seen Mr. Cartwright this morning, Whitey?
Yeah, I didn't notice. His boat went out, though.
How long ago?
Oh, I'd say 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah. See it out there, going up towards Point Doom?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, but those two men...
What?
Yeah, they had the shore boat take them out to the Alpi car.
Yeah?
Well, I ought to sue them.
What do you mean?
That little trunk that they was carrying. You see what I'm mopping up? The messy trail it left all over the pier for me to clean up.
Blood.
Yes, sir, I ought to sue them.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, that means they're taking poor Alvin Cartwright's dismembered body out to sea to dispose of it, and on his own yacht.
Well, we've got to find something fast enough to catch up with it out there.
Well, there's that Thompson cruiser of Larry Comstock's tied up there.
Yeah, who's Comstock?
Oh, has a boat and motor shop in Los Angeles.
If it's fast enough.
Well, he has a couple of big Johnsons on it, fastest one that's out here now.
Then call him on the phone. Tell him we borrowed it.
Well, now...
Tell him why. It's an emergency, and that we'll pay him plenty for the use of it.
Well, now, I don't know if you really ought
Well,
to.
I do, and listen, call the Coast Guard in Santa Monica. Have them send out a patrol boat. Come on, people.
But, Mr. Dollar, those men on the yacht are desperados. They're killers.
Okay, then stay here in the dock. I'll go it alone.
No. Alvin was my friend. I shall help to avenge his untimely death.
Maybe I should have left him behind. Of course, I had a gun with me. But that wouldn't keep him from stopping a bullet if the men aboard the Alpha car decided to shoot it out. I opened the throttle wide on the twin outboards, and within 15 minutes, we overtook the big 75-foot yacht. Much to my surprise, it was simply cruising along.
Of course. So as not to arouse suspicion. That's why, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, possibly. And yet it must be pretty clear to them that we're chasing them.
Look, the man at the wheel. That's one of the ruffians I saw carrying the trunk with Alvin's bleeding body in it.
Ruffian, huh? Well, that's sure about that.
And there's the other, coiling up those ropes up on the foredeck. Killers.
Now, look, you better stay down low, Mr. Peoples. They're stopping the boat. If there's going to be any shooting...
Look, there's Alvin.
What?
Yes, Alvin. He just came up on deck.
Oh, you're right.
Can't you see, Mr. Dollar? They put him together again. Yes, those killers. Alvin! Alvin! We are here! We've come to your rescue!
Jonathan! Jonathan, what a surprise! And Johnny Dollar. Now, what are you doing out here?
Are you kidding?
What? Oh, of course. I remember now. I wanted to take you out for a nice long ride in my lovely yacht.
Huh?
Of course. That's why I called you. Johnny, I think you deserve something nice like this for all the good work you've done. And since you've done so many fine things for me over the years, I decided I should take you on a nice long cruise. And you could relax and eat and sleep and fish and... yeah.
And that's why you called the insurance company to get in touch with me?
That's right. Now, wasn't that a great idea?
Well, I'll be it.
And I invited Jonathan along, too. But an awfully funny thing happened, Johnny.
No.
Yes, sir, Johnny. The minute we left the dock, I just knew there was something else that I'd forgotten. And you know what it was?
Don't tell me.
Of course I will. I'd forgotten to wait for you and Jonathan. Oh, now, isn't that the funniest thing?
Yeah, Mr. Cartwright, it sure is.
Now, just a minute, Alvin.
Yes, Jonathan.
What about those two men, those terrible killers?
What did you say?
Right there beside you. They killed you. They murdered you. And they... what am I saying? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you think it over, Mr. Peoples. Mr. Cartwright.
Yes, Johnny.
You said something else you'd forgotten.
That's right. You and Jonathan. I forgot to wait for you at the house, and then when we started off, wasn't it silly of me? I forgot all about you.
What was the other thing?
The other thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, the other thing that I'd forgotten was the trunk full of nice, thick, juicy tenderloin steaks that I'd set aside in the garage for this trip.
Trunk full?
Well, it was not a real trunk, just a little two-rope that I had out in the garage. Oh. But I remembered that the minute we came on board. And so I had to send Gerald and Harold back to the house in their car to get it.
Gerald and Harold?
Oh, they're my new butler and cook. Oh, they are the nicest boys. Oh, Gerald and Harold, come over here to the rail so my friend...
No, wait, Alvin, wait.
Yes, Johnny.
You mean to say those men standing there beside you?
Now, why don't you and Johnny come aboard, and I'll introduce them to you.
Now, wait, just a minute. Then all that blood...
What, Johnny?
All that blood that was dripping out of that trunk?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wasn't that awful? And it was all my fault because I let the steaks fall out too much.
Oh, no.
All over the place. I never saw so much
no.
blood. But now, come aboard, and we'll take the nice trip that I planned for you. Come on now.
Hey, you know something? It's crazy. It's wild. But it does my heart good to get tangled up in something like this sometimes. Helps keep away the ulcers. As for the expense account, forget it. Alvin Peabody Cartwright shoved a check into my hands before I left that would cover the expense account 12 times over. As for Larry Comstock, the man whose boat I'd appropriated, well, when he heard the story of what had happened, he wouldn't accept a penny for it. So, that's that. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Instead of telling you about next week's yarn, congratulations to station WDBJ in Roanoke, Virginia. 35 years on the air. Pretty good, huh? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Gene Tatum, Howard McNear, Forrest Lewis, Joseph Kearns, and Paul Dubov. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Foreman, Johnny.
Earl, I just left you down in Florida. Where are you?
Right where you left me, right here in Sarasota.
Oh. Well, if you're worried about my expense account for that case we cleaned up together, I was just about to mail it to you.
Why don't you bring it down here instead?
Huh?
A couple of hours after you hopped aboard your plane back to Hartford, I got a phone call from Bill Hall. Remember him?
Fellow who runs that men's shop on the Tamiami Trail?
That's right, Webb. Bill owns the place.
Sure. I bought a sport jacket and a couple of pair of slacks there at Webb's.
Well, somebody cleaned him out of about $10,000 worth of merchandise last night.
Oh? And you'd insured it for him?
Yes, I'd also issued a $10,000 policy on the man he had there as a night watchman.
Earl.
Yeah, Johnny. The police think he was murdered.
Okay. I'll grab the first plane I can.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Company, Sarasota office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the net of circumstance matter. Expense account item 1, $75, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Tampa, Florida. There I'd figured on changing planes, but Earl Poorman met me in his car, and by 7 p.m. we arrived in Sarasota. We drove straight to Webb's. The place was in a mess.
Well, I'll say this, Mr. Pullman. You certainly didn't waste any time.
Well, I didn't see any reason to, Bill. Johnny, you remember Bill Hall.
Yeah, sure. How are you, Bill?
Not good, Dollar. Not good. Look at the place.
Yeah, I see. You've lost a lot of your stock.
We haven't finished checking yet. I sent the boys home to get some sleep, but as nearly as we can tell, whoever did this got away with over $9,000 worth of clothing and accessories, and heaven knows what they did to old Jimson.
Jimson?
Jimson Cooley, the night watchman.
Earl, you said over the phone that you thought he's been murdered.
Yes, sir. Somehow they must have got old Jimson to open the back door for them. Then when he saw what they were up to, he tried to fight them off. You'll see the marks of a big struggle out back. And bits of his clothing were lying around, covered with blood.
But no sign of him.
Johnny, the police figure that they must have killed him and then dumped his body somewhere.
You keep saying they, Bill.
Well, they had so little time that, well, one man couldn't have done it alone very well. You see, it all happened between the regular rounds of the PD's prowl car. Last time this sort of thing happened, there were 3 men in on it.
Well, you been robbed before?
About a year ago, something like $18,000 worth. The police managed to track down 2 of them.
Oh? What about the third?
Well, he was never identified, or rather, he was identified but never located. Anyhow, it was after that we put old Jimson on as night watchman.
I wonder about that third man. Was your store the only place that Jimson watched?
Yeah, after all, he was a pretty old man. I gave him the job to help him out as much as anything else. And I figured his just being around would keep something like this from happening again. I guess I was wrong.
Jimson used to run a shrimp boat in his spare time. He used to work the spot east of Humpback Bridge a lot, south of City Island.
That's right.
Come to think of it, I heard a boat working out there last night.
The point is, he couldn't really make a living at it, so he was glad to take what little we could give him for this watchman's job.
And in return, somebody's taken his life.
I'm afraid so.
Of course, you can't be sure until his body's found.
What are you thinking of, Johnny?
Well, if by any chance this Jimson Cooley isn't dead...
The police say that according to all the evidence...
If he's still alive, he's the one person who could tell us something about whoever cleaned out this shop. Have the police found any actual clues to work on?
Well, no.
That's where you're wrong, sir.
Sergeant Drummond.
That's right. Johnny boy, how are you?
Hiya, Sergeant.
So they dragged you in on this.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Well, you know how it is, Drummond. When the police can't get anywhere, you call in the experts.
Oh, and I thought you was a friend of mine, Mr. Pullman.
You said that Bill was wrong, Sergeant.
What, sir?
When he told me your boys haven't found any clues to who did this job and knocked off Jimson Cooley.
Knocked him off, huh?
Well, now, what's that mean?
One of the boys picked up a drunk last night right in this neighborhood.
Yeah?
Late this morning, when he'd sobered up enough, we sent him home. But a little while ago, he comes barging back to headquarters. Seems he'd suddenly remembered something he saw around here last night.
Go on, Sergeant.
Oh, it must have been around 2 or 3 a.m. That's when we figured the robbery occurred.
And the murder of Jimson Cooley.
Yeah?
Please, get to the point, Drummond.
Well, he was holding up that building across the street, minding his own business and his bottle, when all of a sudden he saw a car come round from in back of this building and head north on the trail. Maybe 2 of them, he wasn't sure. Anyhow, the one he noticed was a little pickup truck.
But in his condition, I suppose he didn't get a license number.
Didn't need to, Johnny, because he recognized that truck.
Oh?
Yes, sir. And he said it was all loaded down with something, with an old piece of canvas stretched over it.
The stuff that was stolen from me.
Maybe.
You say he recognized that pickup? Whose was it?
Yeah.
Johnny, it was that old 1930 model he used to haul shrimp in.
What? Whose?
That's right. That's right. It was that old truck of Jimson Cooley.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Good morning, Mrs. Bellwether. Would my lady prefer to have her breakfast in bed this morning?
Oh, well, perfect husband. Thank you, darling.
Ah, here's the tray with the coffee, the toast, and the orange. Oh, fine. I forgot the orange juice. Hold the tray, honey. I'll be right back.
Oh, darling, what happened?
Oh, I stubbed my toe in the corner of the dresser.
The National Safety Council was right.
The what?
Last night I read something in a National Safety Council pamphlet.
Oh, Reba, how can you sit there talking about a pamphlet when I'm dying a slow, tortuous death?
Oh, come over here, darling. I'm sorry.
All right. Now, what's this about the National Safety Council? Did they predict I would stub my toe this morning?
No, silly. It's just a coincidence. Only last night I read the statistics that prove that more home accidents occur in the bedroom of all places.
Yeah?
Not the bathroom or the kitchen or the home workshop. The bedroom.
Yeah, okay. From now on, when I walk around the bedroom, I'm going to wear my combat boots instead of these open-toed huaraches.
Well, that might help, dear. But what everyone should be most careful of is taking medicine in the dark.
Okay, my living safety encyclopedia. I will now fetch your orange.
Oh, you're sweet. And it's just too bad that you nice men are so prone to accidents in the home. And the reason is because you brave men usually tackle the hazardous jobs around the house.
Hey, I'll remember those kind words as I slowly limp back to the kitchen.
One thing in your favor, though, Sarge. Married men stand a better chance of avoiding fatal accidents in the home.
Now, is that a fact?
Mm-hmm. You know, in one state, 75% of the men involved in home mishaps were unmarried.
Well, I'm sure glad I'm married.
Because the accident odds are better?
You know, because I like my wife. Even when she first wakes up in the morning.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the net of circumstance matter.
Yeah, everything indicated that whoever burglarized Webb's haberdashery there in Sarasota had murdered the night watchman, old Jimson Cooley. That is, until somebody reported having seen a loaded pickup truck at the time of the robbery pull away from the back of the store. And whose truck was it?
Yes, sir. He swears it was that old 1930 pickup of Jimson Cooley's.
And he says it went north on the Tamiami Trail.
Yes, sir.
Well, what have you done about it, Sergeant?
Alerted every police department from here to the Georgia state line to be on the lookout for him.
Didn't you know that truck was missing from wherever Jimson lived?
Well, we hadn't actually got around to checking on his place yet.
You thought he was murdered, and you didn't even bother to check his home?
Well, we called his wife, Johnny, and when she said he hadn't come home with all the evidence of a big fight out back of this store...
Oh, fine.
You can't blame him, Johnny. All the blood back there, bits of Jimson's clothing that were torn off on...
Look, maybe it's just a wild hunch, but... Earl.
Yes, Johnny?
You suppose Doc Crutcher's at home?
Probably. Lives just up the street from my house.
Oh, we got a doctor connected with headquarters, you know, Johnny.
Phil, how do we get out the back way?
Why, right out here, Johnny.
What's this hunch you've got?
Tell you, Earl, and it'd probably turn out to be wrong.
Here you are.
Now, you can see for yourself, Dollar, why we figured him a dead one. Old Jimson, I mean.
Yeah.
This busted railing, blood spattered around, and look there, where somebody hit the dirt.
A pool of blood there, too. You must have lost plenty.
And also, we picked up a short length of lead pipe with blood on it.
Is this the piece of cloth from the shirt he was wearing?
Yeah, Johnny, it's from a shirt I gave him. Torn off in the fight.
Oh, well, I guess we must have overlooked that little piece.
Yeah. And maybe that isn't all. Mind if I keep it?
Oh, sure, go ahead. Well, what do you mean?
Come on, Earl. If you feel like driving me around a bit, there are a couple of people I'd like to see.
Sure. No, wait a minute.
We'll see you later. Yeah, it was a hunch. Nothing else. But I learned a long time ago that sometimes it pays to play a hunch for all it's worth, particularly when you haven't anything real solid to work on. Ignoring Earl's questions, I had him drive me to Doc Crutcher's home out on St. Armand's Key. Fortunately, he was at home. Even better, we found him in his study, poring over a microscope.
Sure, Johnny. I'd be glad to, just as soon as I finish making this hemoglobin count.
Well, there's no hurry, Doc. I'll drop by and check with you later.
Jimson Cooley, huh?
We'll see.
Look, Johnny, do you mind telling me what this is all about?
Not until I'm sure myself, Earl. Listen, do you think you can find out where old Jimson's wife lives?
Well, sure, I guess I
Don't
could.
you mean widow, Johnny?
Maybe.
Well, last I heard.
Everything I've heard, well, it doesn't all tie up.
But, Johnny, if Jimson's still alive...
That's what I'm banking on. Come on, Earl. The Cooley place, far out on the edge of town, was a shack and nothing more. In the darkness, it didn't look much better than the beat-up chicken house at the back of it. As for the chickens, well, half of them were asleep out in the yard until we got there.
Yes, I'm coming. Yes, what... Oh, Mr. Pullman.
Mrs. Cooley, this is Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Listen now, Mr. Pullman. They found Jimson's body yet?
Well, no. As a matter of fact...
Well, I sure hope they do. That's all I got to say. Because if they don't, at least what Miss Canterwell told me today, if they don't, I might have to wait 5-6 years before I can collect that insurance that Webb's bought on him. Dad! Well, got any news about him or not?
Johnny, you don't seem to care much whether your husband's alive or not, Mrs. Cooley.
Now, why should I? You lazy bum. If it wasn't for me raising these heads. I said, sky! He was shrimping and selling them for bait to them Yankees that come down to fish around the other winter. He done pretty good. We had meat on the table now and then, besides chicken. But ever since they gotten that soft job sitting around that store every night.
Did you notify the police when he failed to come home this morning?
I did not. No. Besides, when I seen that one of them nets was missing. You see where he keeps them hung over the limb of that tree out there?
Mrs. Cooley.
Well, what I figured is maybe he'd gone out to do some more shrimping. Or else he'd taken it out and sold it so as he could buy some more of that rot gut he's been drinking lately. So I got this broom handy by the door.
What do you mean?
To keep him out so he wouldn't try to come in and beat me.
Beat you?
Sure, like he always does when he's been drinking. And then when he didn't come home at all,
Mrs. Cooley.
When Miss Canterwell stopped by and told me he'd been killed. Well, you know who I think done it?
Who?
One of that gang that tried to rob Webb's last year.
Now, why do you think that?
Because Jimson told me one of them was around town. That's why.
Jimson knew who he was and didn't report it to the police?
Well, how should I know?
I wonder why not.
Now, look, if you all didn't come around to pay me my insurance, what is it you want?
Well, what I really stopped by for, Mrs. Cooley, was to see if you'd sell me one of your chickens.
What?
Yeah. Why, sure. Only it'll cost you money. Maybe 75 cents?
All right. Here's $1, and we'll call it even.
Well, thank you. Here, chick. You look out for them fancy clothes of yours, and I'll wring its neck. There you are. Only I suppose you want it plucked, too.
No, thanks. Suppose you just give me the head.
Eh?
Yeah, you can have the rest of it for dinner tomorrow.
What?
And come on, Earl. Let's get back to St. Armand's Key.
I'm sorry, Johnny, but I really ought to have some of the materials down at my office for putting that specimen you gave me under the microscope. Of course, if you could wait until morning.
Oh, sure, why not? Once more, I could use a little shut-eye. But here.
Yeah.
Take along a sample of the blood from this, too, will you?
You've been out raiding somebody's chicken coop?
Well, you may want it for comparison. If you know what I mean.
Yes, Johnny, I think I do.
Well, I don't.
Earl, why don't you and I go home and get some sleep?
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Do you know who said, "That man is free who is protected from injury"? Those words came from Daniel Webster, one of the most eloquent orators in American history. Webster knew that a man could not be free unless he lived in a country which recognized his right to freedom and created laws to protect that freedom. A slave state may say that its citizens are free, but as long as a single citizen can be harmed by the whim of a country's rulers, true freedom does not exist. A man is free only if his rights to freedom are protected. Remember the words of Daniel Webster. They are part of your American heritage. The free man must be protected from injury.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Early the next morning, I got a phone call from Sergeant Drummond down at headquarters.
Yes, sir, Johnny. Some of the boys found him laying in his car on a little wagon trail just off Bee Ridge Road.
Jimson Cooley?
Jimson Cooley. Must have been laying there unconscious ever since the burglar slugged him and took him out there. But he's a rugged old cuss, so he's in pretty good shape now.
What did he say about that burglary, Sergeant?
Same as we figured. Man made him open the back door, beat him up, cleaned out the place, and probably thought he'd killed him. So he drove him out to that side road and left him there.
What about the stuff that was stolen?
Must have transferred it to his own car when he left Jimson there.
Was Jimson able to identify him?
Said he claimed to be the man we never did get for robbing that store the first time. You want to talk to Jimson?
Yes, Sergeant. I'll be right over. I had Earl drive me down to headquarters. I saw Jimson Cooley, talked to him, but learned nothing from him I didn't already know. He was a disagreeable old coot, the sort who would get drunk and beat his wife. He still wore his badly torn clothes, and yes, he had a couple of cuts and bad bruises. But were they enough to account for all the blood we'd found in back of the store? I asked Earl to drive me over to Doc Crutch's office.
Well, just finished, Johnny.
And?
I'm sorry, but the blood that was spilled out in back of that store was not chicken blood. But...
Well, now I see what you were driving at, Johnny. You figured maybe Jimson had done the robbery himself.
Wait, Earl.
Then he'd covered the place with chicken blood to back up that story of a fight with some burglar.
Oh, I think he was in a fight, all right.
Huh?
But I don't think he lost. Doc?
As I started to say, I wanted to check the blood on that piece of his shirt you brought me here in the office where I have a record of Jimson's blood type. I got it when I made his insurance examination.
Or was it his? On the shirt?
It was human blood, all right, but not Jimson Cooley's.
All right, then. I guess his story of having been forced to open the store, then beat up and knocked out and left out there in his car by the burglar is true.
Wrong, Earl.
Well, what do you mean? Why not?
Didn't you say you heard a shrimp boat out on the bay last night?
Sure, but what's that got
Cooley's wife said one of those heavy-weighted shrimp nets was missing, didn't she?
Well, yes, I
And remember this. Bill Hall said that one man wouldn't have had time to take all that stuff out of his store alone.
So maybe there were two burglars, and I still don't
Jimson said there was only one, so I think he was helping him. And, Earl, do you think for a minute that Jimson lost all the blood we saw out in back of that store? You saw him there at headquarters.
Well, he didn't exactly look as though he...
Of course he didn't.
But then, Johnny...
First, we wanted to find Jimson's body, but then he turned up alive. Now we'd better find the body of this other man, whoever he is.
You're right, Johnny. Then you'll really have a case.
Sure. So, Earl, let's go fishing.
Fishing?
Well, you know how it is. When I'm really stuck in a case, everything all muddled up, well, it's time to relax and kind of let your head clear. Come on, let's go. Sure, Earl thought I was crazy, but we unhitched the boat from his private dock and headed up the bayou. Then passed under Humpback Bridge and into the outer end of Sarasota Bay, out toward City Island, where WSPB has its radio tower. I tied on a heavy trolling rig and tossed the line overboard.
Johnny, you're crazy to use that heavy rig out here. The water's real shallow. All it'll do is drag the bottom.
A little slower, Earl.
Here in the bay, we use live shrimp to get sea trout. You know, about a number 2 hook and no sinker, we bottom fish.
Slower, will you?
Okay, whatever you say.
And so we trolled back and forth over the place where Jimson ran his shrimp line.
Johnny, it's no good fishing here with that heavy tackle.
If this is where he got his shrimp, there ought to be fish or something. Maybe I'm after that something.
I think you've gone nuts.
10, 15, maybe 20 times I had to reel in the line and take off a clump of seaweed that had gotten tangled in it. Bill began to get impatient. If we were really going to fish, why didn't we do it right? Then suddenly the old fluker started to sing. Hold it, Earl. Kill the engine. Yeah, what is it? Just hold your horses.
What under the sun have you tied into, Johnny?
If this line will hold, we may have what I've been looking for.
I can't imagine what kind of a fish would be that big here in the bay. Oh, fine, fine. All you've done is get snagged up in some old hunk of rotten fish net.
Yeah. Or a shrimp net. If you'll just help me get it aboard.
Sure. Just a little more, Johnny, and I'll be able to reach the part where you've hooked into it. A little more. There. I got it. Now give me a hand.
Right.
Here now. Oh, they put a lot of lead on these nets. But I never thought they could be this. John, look what's in it.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
When Jimson was faced with the man's body wrapped in the net he'd sunk out there in the bay, he broke down and told us what had really happened. Even told us where the stolen stuff was hidden. Yeah, the dead man was one of the gang who'd robbed the store a year ago. He'd persuaded Jimson to help him do it again, offered him $100. But then when he had the stuff, he tried to run out without paying off. So, Jimson had killed him. Now the courts will have to take over. Incidentally, I understand that Webb's is installing a foolproof burglar alarm system. Expense account total $151.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Lillian Baeff, Vic Perrin, Harry Bartell, Barney Phillips, Bartlett Robinson, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is George Reed.
Well, hiya, George. What's troubling Floyd's of England this time?
Johnny, one of our clients, only quite frankly, he's far more than just a client.
Oh?
Yes, his life is being threatened.
Oh, George, you know I hate these bodyguard assignments. Every
Johnny,
time I handle one of them, it ends up with my own life being in danger.
I fully realize
Yeah,
that.
one of these days my luck may run out.
Heaven forbid. Nonetheless, Johnny,
If somebody needs protection, why don't you just call in the police?
well, there are certain, confidential aspects of this case that, if any sort of publicity can be avoided. Johnny,
Yeah?
if it can any way help to minimize the danger to yourself, I'll gladly go along with you on this one.
You mean literally, physically go along with me?
Yes.
Well, now, George, that's not the way I usually like to work.
I know, but as I told you, this involves a man who is more than just a client.
Yeah? Just what does that mean?
It's my brother, Johnny. My own brother.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, George. I'll be over to see you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Suspense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the twin trouble matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a taxi over to George Reed's office at Floyd's of England in downtown Hartford. I found him pacing the floor waiting for me. And needless to say, he didn't waste any time getting down to business.
As I told you over the phone, Johnny, this matter involves my brother, my twin brother, Adam.
Oh, you're a twin?
Yes, we're identical in every way, except perhaps for our manner of speaking.
Why is that?
Well, you see, Adam completed his education at the University of Dublin, whereas I stayed on in England, then did postgraduate work over here.
Oh, I see.
About 18 years ago, Adam and his wife came here to the United States.
Is he also with some branch of Floyd's of England?
No, Johnny. Adam owns a small brokerage office down in Newark, New Jersey. He lives in a nearby town called Upper Montclair.
Say, tell me, has this business of his anything to do with the threat against his life?
Everything, I'm afraid.
Now, don't tell me he went around selling a lot of worthless stocks and bonds, and now somebody wants to get even with him.
Of course not. Adam is a completely honest, reliable dealer in legitimate securities.
Then what's the trouble?
Well, you see, when he first arrived in this country, he traveled around quite a bit, not only sightseeing, but, looking for a good business connection.
Figures.
While on the West Coast, he met two men, Shockley and Barron, independent stockbrokers.
Uh-huh.
They seemed to like him immediately, offered to take him in with them. Well, since his funds were beginning to run out, he jumped at the chance.
Naturally.
But, Johnny, it turned out that they were swindlers of the worst possible sort, dealing in completely worthless securities.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Because of his lack of familiarity with American manners and methods, it took Adam quite a while to catch on. But when he did...
George, I'm way ahead of you.
What?
When he finally got wise to them, he called in the law. So they got sent up the river, including your poor misguided brother. And now...
Yes, Johnny. It was Adam's information, his testimony, that brought the whole foul operation into the open. As a result, of course, his prison term was a relatively mild one.
I didn't know there was such a thing. But now that the others are free, they're out to get him.
At least the one named Shockley is. It's he who has contacted Adam with this impossible proposition.
Uh-huh. When did he and Barron get out of the clink?
About 2 weeks ago.
I see. So what's the proposition Shockley has made your brother?
Johnny, Adam has spent the past 9 years, ever since he was released out there, building up this small brokerage office here in the East. Now he and his wife are finally beginning to reap the fruits of their labors. Children, two fine, upstanding kids, are in college over in New York State.
So?
But if it were ever to become known that he once served a term in prison for participation in a stock swindle...
Yeah, I know. It would kind of pull the rug right out from under him, wouldn't it?
It would completely ruin him, Johnny. And it would probably kill his wife.
What's that?
This 9 years of struggle of trying to make up for that one mistake has been just as hard for her as it has for him. Right now, she happens to be in the hospital with a serious heart condition.
Oh, I see. Is she the beneficiary of his insurance?
Yes, she, and then, of course, the children.
All right. Now, what is this proposition that Shockley has made?
He's demanded $75,000.
70? Wow.
Yes. Unless Adam pays it, in cash, in unmarked bills, Shockley will release to the papers, anonymously, of course. Well, he'll tell them all about Adam's unfortunate part in that stock-selling racket years ago.
Yeah, which means that if Adam had a single customer left inside of a week, it'd be a miracle.
Then Shockley says, after he's ruined him, he'll kill him.
He'll what?
Unless he pays this money, of course. He'll make it look like suicide. After all, under the circumstances, well, you know, the ruined businessman.
Yeah, I do know. Sure, there'll be no reason for anyone to think it isn't suicide.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. That's the insurance angle, isn't it?
Yes.
If Adam's death is called suicide, his policy will be void. His wife and kids will get nothing.
And if this man Shockley is as clever as Adam says he is, he'll do it in such a way that any court in the land will call it suicide.
George, I just can't believe it. And yet, I suppose...
He's told Adam that he's already got away with this sort of thing once before Adam knew him.
But why doesn't he call in the police, the FBI? If this man already has a criminal record...
No.
Well, maybe the other one, Barron, is still working with him.
No, Johnny, don't you see? Don't you see he doesn't dare?
Yeah, I guess you're right. If he called in the cops, the publicity would be just as bad, just as ruinous to him as if Shockley were to shoot off his mouth at the papers.
Yes, Johnny. If he goes to the police, he'll only bring his business crashing down on his own head.
Yeah. George, your brother's in a pretty bad spot. No matter what he does, he loses.
If he pays off, $75,000. But who knows whether that one payment would be the end?
Well, of course it wouldn't.
But if he doesn't, Don't you see? It means not only his business, his wife, his children, but his own life.
I know.
If it were me, alone, a bachelor with nobody else to think about. But with Adam, Johnny, he couldn't do it. He might as well cut his own throat.
So we'll have to do something about it.
What, Johnny? What can we do?
George, I wish I knew. It was obvious this was to be more of a personal affair than business, in spite of the insurance policy involved. So for once, I decided to forget padding out the old expense account. Okay, then. Item 2, $4.35, a tank full of gas for my own car. It was after business hours by the time we got down to Jersey, so instead of trying to catch Adam Reed in his office, George phoned ahead and we went directly to his home on Highland Avenue in Upper Montclair. George stood beside me when the front door was open, and you know something? It was like looking at George in a mirror.
Yes, can I... George!
Even their clothes were alike.
Hello, Adam.
Yeah, these twins were certainly identical, except for the slight difference in their manner of speech.
Adam, this is the man I told you about on the phone. The man I hope can somehow help you. Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Reed? And excuse me for staring.
Oh, it's quite all right, Dollar. Quite understandable. And please call me Adam, if you don't mind.
Sure. But so help me, I've never seen two people look so much alike. You know something?
What, Johnny? What are you thinking?
Just a wild, crazy idea, Adam. George. This perfect similarity might... No, well, we'll see.
Well, now, wait. Maybe you have an idea there.
No. Look, George, forget all about it. Come on, let's go inside where we can talk about this thing.
I'm in complete agreement, Dollar, because we have no time to waste. If there's anything you can do about it.
Why do you say that, Adam?
I've heard from Shockley again.
Oh? When?
This morning, after the last time I talked to George. He called me at the office. I'm afraid I didn't get as much business done today as I might have liked. Then I left as early as I could. I went to the bank and called on my wife at the hospital. She's very seriously ill, sir.
Yes, so I understand.
I've not yet had the heart to tell her about this whole ungodly affair.
And I can't say that I blame you.
And yet, what difference would it make? Whatever happens, whatever this man does to me, it's bound to affect my darling. Oh, it's a terrible thing, Dollar.
Now, this phone call today.
Yes. Shockley says that he's coming here tonight.
Tonight?
Yes.
Uh-oh, with my car out front.
Well, that's why I stopped at the bank today. He says he must have $10,000 as a sort of down payment, as evidence of my good faith.
$10,000?
Well, I say that he won't get it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, George.
No, Johnny. I tell you, I won't let Shockley get away with this.
George,
If
please.
he comes here tonight and demands that money, I'll kill him rather than let Adam give him a single cent.
Now, listen, will you?
I told you, Johnny, with me it doesn't mean a thing. But with Adam, his wife, his children...
You think he'd come in here with my car out front?
If he does, I want to be ready for him. Give me your gun, Johnny.
George.
This whole rotten thing has gone too far. I tell you that if I have to in order to stop it, I'll...
No, Adam, wait. Is there an extension phone?
In the next room, in the library. Good. But, Dollar, if it's Shockley and he hears you pick it up...
He won't, if we do it right. Now, wait till I call to you, then pick it up immediately. I'll do the same on the other end.
Yes, all right, Dollar.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Now.
Yes? Are you alone, Adam? I'm alone, Shockley. You haven't called in the police. You know as well as I do what that would mean. The publicity. I'm glad you realize that. But I don't trust you, Adam. What? So instead of my coming to your home, you're going to meet me. You've got the $10,000 for me. I have. All right. Cedar Knoll, about 7 miles north of here. Do you know the place? Yes. Cedar Knoll. There's a little shack on top of it, empty. Get into your car. Your own car, Adam. I'll recognize it. Meet me there. Very well, Shockley. Just one thing. Yes? Just be sure that you're alone. Because if you're not, somebody's going to die, Adam. It won't be me. But if there's anybody with you, you understand, Adam. I understand. Cedar Knoll.
Well, Adam, it sounds as though your man Shockley is as clever as you seem to. So where's George?
Dollar, He listened to the phone next to my ear.
Yeah?
As soon as Shockley named the meeting place, George took the gun out of my desk and left.
He what?
He's going up there to kill Shockley.
Unless I can stop him, Adam, he's going up there to get murdered. Where is it, Adam? The Cedar Knoll, where Shockley will be.
Here, Dollar. I can show you on a map. Here. It's 15 or 16 miles from here.
Huh? Shockley said it was only about 7.
Then he must have been somewhere along the way when he called.
That means he'll get there long before George can.
Yes. Look now. Here it is on the map.
Yeah, I see. Straight up 23 and west of Pompton Plains.
Yes.
All right. Now, George took your car. What kind is it? That little coupe I saw out in the street?
That's it.
Oh, fine. There are 10 million of them on the highway, all alike. What's the license number? Well, come on.
I don't know. I don't remember it.
Then, Adam, all I can do is try to get there before George does. Before he gets himself killed. Traffic was heavy. And I don't know why, but Highway 23 was lousy with police patrol cars. I wanted to stop one of them, tell him to come along with me. But this was one case where I couldn't. So instead, I drove within the speed limit, except for a cutoff above Mountain View where I could open her up for a few miles before getting back on the highway. I probably bypassed George as well as the highway traffic. But the important thing was for me to get there first. That's why I left 23 again, took the curving, narrow, but much shorter back road to Cedar Knoll. Finally, I could see the knoll, a sort of big mound, a high, barren hill. I could see the little building on top of it in silhouette against the moonlit sky. And I could see a car parked up there, a big sedan. So Shockley had arrived and was waiting there. At the bottom of the knoll, I pulled off to the side, cut the engine, doused the lights, and went the rest of the way on foot. As I slowly approached the shack, through a drawn window shade, I could see a light in it, waving around like a flashlight, and the shadow of a man. No, wait. For a moment there were two of them, two shadows. That meant Shockley wasn't alone. And knowing they'd be well armed, both of them killers. Well, this whole thing might not be so easy. Yet somehow I had to keep them from hurting George. Yeah, and from killing Adam. Slowly, cautiously, I edged over to their car. I slid down under it and went to work with my pocket knife on a small piece of tubing near one of the wheels. It was slow and awkward there in the dark under that low-hung car, but it was the one thing I knew. It was George. And of all the times to pick with me sprawled out under that sedan, unable to even pull out my gun.
Just stay out there, Adam. We'll take the money and be on our way.
Oh, no, you won't, Shockley. This is all you'll take.
Watch him, Shock. He's got a gun.
Yes. And I'll kill both of you if I have to.
Mr. Barron, this isn't Adam Reed. Sure he is. No, he talks differently. This is his twin. It's George.
You're right, Shockley. And I'm here to put a stop to this nefarious scheme of yours.
Well, listen to the fancy talk. Of course it isn't Adam, so it must be George. And George, my name...
No, don't move. Just drop your guns, both of you.
Mr. Barron, I'm afraid that Mr. Reed, Mr. George Reed, has the advantage of us. Yeah? Well, listen. He shoots at you, I get him. He shoots at me, you get him.
That's right. I'll kill at least one of you.
So, under the circumstances, I'm afraid there's only one thing we can do. Yeah? What? Hand over our guns to him. So, here you are. George! Oh, you
I yanked myself out from under the car, and just in time to have George land right square on top of me. Before I could push him away and get to my feet, he was out like a light, and both Shockley and his pal were on top of me. I never got off the ground. No!
Kill him, Charles! Blow his head off!
No, wait, you were...
You had enough? You had enough, mister? Get away, Shock. Let me shoot him. No. But listen, we've got to get out of here. Those shots he got off, the cops will be coming up from the highway to see what they were. But don't you see if we leave him here? We've got to, but we're not leaving this state until we kill his brother. Come on.
No, you wait.
Yeah? You want some more?
Never get away.
Oh, no?
Use that car. Kill yourself.
Drop dead. Come on, Barry.
No. Listen.
Yeah, you listen. Oh! Come on, Barry. Okay. Take the back road down the hill. Yeah, hold this up fast.
Are you okay, George?
Yes, Johnny, I guess so. But they got away.
They'll go down. They'll kill Adam.
They're not going anywhere, George.
What?
I cut the brake fluid line. They have no brakes. By the time they get rolling down that hill...
Good heavens.
No, George. They're not going anywhere. By the time the highway police got to the scene of the crash there on the back road, and of course that car exploded and burned, they had forgotten all about the gunshots, if they'd heard them at all. So George and I were able to leave by the main road unmolested. At the bottom of the hill, I picked up my own car without attracting attention. I suppose I'll have to make some sort of report to the police. But I don't see any reason why I should have to reveal the name of the man they were out to get. Do you? It's certainly too late to need anyone to bring charges against them. As for the expense account, so what's a couple of gallons of gas in so good a cause? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do, I just want to say thanks to all you good people who write in to tell me how much you like the show. It may seem like a little thing to you, but it means a great deal to all of us. Believe me, I'll answer your letters just as fast as I can get around to them. But you'll just have to be patient if it takes a little time. Now, as for next week, well, I suggest you read The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. Then join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were G. Stanley Jones, Alan Reed, and Frank Driscoll. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Frank Lovejoy stars in a hair-raising psychological thriller, A Friend of Daddy's, as Suspense follows next on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Mary, the operator at Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, Mary.
I had a call for you, but now he seems to have picked up his other phone.
Oh, Les Wallace, no doubt.
Oh, excuse me. Worldwide Mutual, Good morning. Yes, he is. I'll ring
Mary?
for you. I'm sorry, not you, Mr. Dollar. That was another call that came in, and I'd left your line open.
Oh, okay. Look, if Les Wallace wants to call me back a little later...
Oh, here you are. I can ring now.
Oh, hello? Hey, you're a bum.
I beg your pardon.
I said you're... wait a minute. Who is that?
Are you Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Good. Dollar, this is Jonathan Harmon of Worldwide Mutual.
Mr. Harmon?
That's right. You sound surprised.
Yes, I am, Mr. Harmon. I was expecting a call from Les Wallace there in your office.
Oh, I see. And that explains your reference to a big bum, did you say? I thought you two were the best of pals.
Oh, we are, sir. But he was supposed to call me early this morning about going down to New York tonight to see a hockey game at the Garden to celebrate my birthday belatedly.
Oh, I see.
If, that is, he could get away from his wife for the evening.
Well, I hope everything's all right there, don't you?
What's that, sir?
I mean about Walters and his wife. And she's such a charming little lady, too, isn't she?
Yes, indeed, very.
But he's not here, and what I called you about is...
Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, I guess I interrupted you, Dollar, but what I called you about is this, and I think perhaps you'd better get out there right away.
Yes, sir.
About an hour ago, shortly after noon, a client of ours, Mr. William Willoughby, insured for some $70,000, was found dead in his apartment over at 19525 East Maple.
Oh? What was the cause of death, Mr. Harmon?
As the very unfunny police officer put it when he called, it was a case of lead poisoning.
There's certainly nothing funny about that.
So I think, Dollar, that perhaps you'd better get right on out there and see what's what.
Right away, Mr. Harmon. And if Les Wallace can...
Fine, Dollar. Goodbye.
Hello? Mr. Harmon? I wonder what he meant about Les and his wife.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Can't Be So matter. Expense account item 1. $2.15 for a taxi to 19525 East Maple Street. There was a prowl car out front, a small group of thrill seekers, and a patrolman with his hands full, keeping them from entering the smart new apartment building. When I showed him my credentials, he told me to go up to 5B, where I'd find Sergeant Tommy Bravo in charge, and I did.
Sorry, Dollar, but you got here a little too late. The boys just hauled young Willoughby, what was left of him, off to the morgue.
Was it you who called the insurance company, Sergeant?
Yep. See, I knew he had a policy with him.
You did? How come?
Oh, we've been kind of keeping an eye on Willoughby ever since he moved back here to Hartford and put up in this fancy place.
Why?
You, know him when he lived here before?
No, I didn't.
Well, he wasn't much use to himself or to anybody else. Wanted the best of everything, but wouldn't do an honest day's work to earn it.
I know the type.
The chief even wondered there at one time if he might have had some connection with a narcotics pusher that we nabbed and set up the line.
Narcotics?
Well, I couldn't prove it, though. Anyhow, when he left here was to get out from under a lot of bills he owed, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when he came rolling back a couple months ago, apparently rolling in dough, well, it just made the chief kind of suspicious is all. So we kind of kept an eye on him. But he stayed clean so far as we could see.
Just what happened here, Sergeant? No signs of a fight or anything like that?
No. And the lab boys, before they left, wow, Dollar, they figure it was somebody he knew pretty well.
How come?
Because Willoughby himself must have let him in, for one thing.
Him?
Him, her, what's the difference? But it was probably him.
Was it?
See those chalk marks on the coffee table?
Mm-hmm.
Lab crew made them, where a couple of drinks were sitting. Willoughby's next to that chair, and the other guy's next to this one.
How'd they figure that?
Well, that one had Willoughby's prints on it, and this one didn't.
Did it have any prints?
They were all smudged pretty badly, except one. Looked like they were deliberately smudged. So they took the glass to the lab for good look. Anyhow, there was no sign of lipstick, so it must have been a man.
And he shot Willoughby?
With a cannon. They'll find out for sure down there at the lab, of course, but it looked to me like it was a .45 at least.
A .45?
Yeah. But, Dollar, that's just about all we know so far. No other prints around, no nothing. Nobody was seen entering or leaving. And if the man 3 doors down hadn't stayed home from work with a virus and heard the shot... how did you find out about this?
I got a call from Les Walters at the insurance company.
Walters?
Well, I should have said from Mr.
Walters, huh?
Yeah, why?
Isn't he the one with that tall, good-looking blonde wife? Name of Constance?
That's right. Connie. Why?
Nothing. Just that I saw her having lunch with him one day last week.
Lunch?
You know, in one of those intimate little joints out on 44.
With Les?
Walters? No.
What?
With our now departed pal here, Willoughby.
Then I remembered. Willoughby's name was familiar. I'd never met him, but he was the one who'd made such a play for Connie before she married Les. But Les do a thing like this? Impossible. Yet Connie had been seen having lunch with Willoughby at a quiet little place out on Route 44 where the chances were they wouldn't be recognized. Had Les found out about that? Is that why Willoughby was now very dead? No, of course not. I knew Les too well. He simply wasn't the type. And the police apparently saw no reason for suspecting Les, so why should I? What's more, there wasn't a single solitary clue that might point to him. Not yet, anyway. Item 2, $1.75 for another taxi. This time into the Spear Building and the office of Worldwide Mutual.
No, Dollar, I thought I told you that over the phone. Lester Walters isn't here today. As a matter of fact, that's why I myself called you about the Willoughby matter.
Did Les come in at all today, Mr. Harmon?
Nay? No, not to my knowledge, but Then he pretty much keeps his own hours, you know. Sometimes when he's out selling or calling on some of his clients, he doesn't come in here for 2 or 3 days at a stretch.
Well, he hasn't even called in or anything like that?
Well, not that I know of. You can check at the switchboard, however, if you like. But now, about this Willoughby thing.
Mr. Harmon.
Yes.
When you talked to me on the phone earlier...
yes, my boy.
You said, you indicated, you were a little concerned about Les and his wife, Connie.
Well, you know how it is, Dollar. Well, in spite of the size of this organization, I have a real personal interest in all of my people.
I'm sure you have, sir.
The boys all know it, and they never hesitate to come to me with their problems, and I always try to help them if I can, financially or any other way.
I'm sure you do.
They always tell me everything.
Oh?
Except where their wives are concerned.
Oh.
That's the one thing they like to keep to themselves, so I never meddle. So, well, yes, I can always tell. Yes, I know them better than they think.
But you have no real knowledge of anything wrong between Les and Connie?
Oh, there's some little worry there. There's no question about it, but... Now, about the...
If you'll excuse me, Mr. Harmon, there are a couple of things that I have to do right away.
Well, have you found out anything?
I'm not sure. But don't worry, I'll give you a full report.
Yes, I'm sure you will, my boy.
I checked with Mary, the switchboard operator. No, she hadn't heard from Les Walters all day.
But he usually checks with me, you know. I mean, when he doesn't come in this way. Excuse me. Good afternoon.
I told her then where I'd be,
Mutual.
and that if Les did call in, she was to let me know immediately, and from where he called. I told her she was not to mention this to Les. The fact that I was looking for him, under any circumstances. Item 3, $1 even for a cab out to the little apartment that Les shared with his wife, Connie.
Johnny! Well, happy birthday, whenever it was.
Hi, Connie.
At least I think I heard Les say you had a birthday not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But what in the world are you doing in this part of town, this time of day?
Well...
Oh, come in, Johnny. I'll put on the percolator and we can have ourselves a coffee clutch.
Well, sure, Connie, thanks. Les around?
Oh, no, he isn't. You tried the office?
He isn't there.
Oh. Well, then he must be out selling people insurance or something. Why, Johnny?
It's just that we talked about maybe taking in a hockey game tonight, and I haven't heard from him, that's all.
Oh.
Connie?
Yes?
But come in, sit down, make yourself comfortable.
Connie, does Les keep any kind of a gun here in the house?
Well, now that's a funny question, especially from you. You're the gun collector.
Listen, Connie.
Have you added any to that beautiful collection of yours lately?
No.
Oh.
Connie, listen to me a minute.
Incidentally, you know why he wanted to take you to the game or something, don't you?
Why?
Well, maybe you don't realize it, but he's been trying for months to find some way of thanking you for solving that embezzlement case that got the promotion for him. When was it? Last fall?
Where is he, Connie?
But you know something? I'll bet he forgot all about it. I know I haven't seen any tickets around.
Where is he?
I'll bet he completely forgot to send for them. That's just like him, too. But he'll think up some excuse or something or something.
Connie, where is Les?
You say he isn't at the office? Well, he did say something about some errands when he left this morning, but I don't... What's the matter, Johnny? You're acting very peculiarly. You know it?
Maybe I better lay things right on the line, Connie.
What?
Do you know a Bill Willoughby?
Oh.
Well?
Yes.
Go on.
Bill sort of had a crush on me, Johnny, before I married Les.
And?
That's all.
Is it? Have you seen him since he moved back here to Hartford?
Now, why should I want... Well, he called me a couple of times.
Have you seen him, Connie?
Johnny.
Please tell me.
Yes. Yes, I have. But these questions, Johnny...
Tell me.
Well, I don't see what... All right. One day last week, Thursday, I guess it was, I was way out on Albany Avenue.
That's Route 44.
Yes. A seamstress who lives out there did some work on a dress for me. On the way back, I stopped at a gas station and... Johnny, what's all this about?
Just go on, Connie.
Well, Bill Willoughby was also there getting some gas. He insisted on taking me to lunch in one of those little places way out there, and, well, that's all.
That's all?
Oh, well, he talked some nonsense about still being in love with me and wanting to see me again, but...
Have you seen him again?
Well, I certainly have not. When he started talking like that, I just got up and left him there. After all, I never really cared for him, and... Johnny?
Connie, did Les know that you had this date with Willoughby?
But it wasn't a date. Not really. Not at all.
Well, did Les know about it? Did you tell him?
What difference did it possibly make?
Well, Les can be pretty jealous, can't he?
Les? Of course not.
You say that as though you don't really mean it.
Of course I do.
Well, where is he, Connie? Where's he been all day?
Johnny, how should I know?
I think you do.
Will you please tell me what this is all about?
Will you please tell me why you're being so evasive?
But oh, excuse me, that's the telephone. Hello? Why, yes, he is. It's for you, Johnny.
Oh, thanks. Johnny Dollar.
This is Mary at Worldwide Mutual.
Oh, yes, Mary.
I just found out, Mr. Dollar, there was a call from Mr. Lester Walters.
Oh?
Phoebe took it early this morning before I came on duty.
Yes?
He was checking in to see if there was any messages for him and to say that he wouldn't be in today. Or maybe even tomorrow.
Or maybe the next day, the day after.
Oh, and that call was collect.
From where, do you know?
Oh, yes, we always check. It was from Equity 30114. That's over in Waterbury, you know.
I know. And it sounds familiar. Thank you, Mary.
Johnny. Now listen, Johnny, will you please tell me...
Later, Connie. Later. I went to a phone booth at the nearest gas station and spent item 4. 40 cents for a call to that equity number that had sounded so familiar. I hoped and prayed that I was wrong about it. That it wasn't.
Bearcloth's gun shop.
Who?
Bearcloth's gun shop.
Gun shop.
Can I help you?
Did a Mr. Lester Walters buy a gun from you recently?
Yes, just this morning, early this morning.
What kind?
It was a handgun, a 45.
45?
Yeah, it was one that we... Oh, now wait. Who are you, if I may ask?
Never mind.
Not everyone is as lucky as yours truly, Johnny Dollar, who has an unlimited expense account. In many communities throughout the nation, though, high school youngsters are learning to conduct profitable businesses. They're learning by doing, running their own miniature business firms under the sponsorship and guidance of Junior Achievement Incorporated. To find out more about this unique project and how you may help it expand, write to Junior Achievement Incorporated, 500 Fifth Avenue, New York 36, New York.
I still couldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. And yet all the evidence, every bit of evidence I had. Well, sure, it was circumstantial, that's all, every bit of it. But it all pointed to only one person, to my friend Les Walters. I still couldn't believe it. Yet there it was. His failure to check in at the office the way that he usually did. Didn't he know that would arouse suspicion? His slip-up on our date for the hockey game. Didn't he know that would make me suspicious? Connie's hadn't been seen with Willoughby. If the cops knew about that, why not Les? And then Connie's evasiveness about Les's whereabouts. But did she really know about what finally happened to Willoughby? And the gun. A 45 did it, Sergeant Bravo had said. A 45, the gun shop owner had said. That was sold to Les only that morning. All right, there it was. Okay, now what? Go to the police? Tell them what I knew? Or let them find out for themselves? Why not? They had as much to go on as I had. Almost. It was their job to run down Willoughby's killer just as much as mine, wasn't it? Yes, and it was my job just as much as theirs. My dirty, rotten, lousy job. Why? Why did it have to be? Couldn't I just... No, I couldn't, and I knew I couldn't. If Les did commit that murder, if... I made another call there in the phone booth.
Sergeant Bravo.
Sergeant Johnny Dollar.
Hey, Dollar, have I got news for you? Real progress.
Oh?
So much so, the lieutenant took it right out of my hands. And, Dollar, you'd never guess who's the guy they've got a lead on.
Wouldn't I?
Ought to be wrapped up real pronto. And like I promised, I'll call you just the second I've got anything real definite for you. Are you at your apartment?
No, you can reach me at Les Walter's place.
At Walter's?
That's right.
Well, now, what do you know?
Too much, Sergeant. Too much.
No, I don't know. And I don't know when he's coming back. And, Johnny Dollar, you just sit yourself down here in the den and tell me why you're acting so strangely. Now, sit down, Johnny. Please.
Sure, Connie.
Look, would you like a drink? Maybe that would help whatever it is that's bothering you.
Yeah, maybe it would.
Well, all right, then. I'll go get you. Oh, now, who could that be? Excuse me.
Hi, honey.
Les!
Sorry I'm so late.
Les?
Did a couple of business deals on the way back. Sold a couple of policies.
Les, listen
Hey,
to
look, honey, I got it. The gun shop over in Waterbury.
Now, wait here. Let's wait.
Look here. Isn't it a beauty? And honest to goodness, genuine, original, single-action Army Colt. 45 caliber.
Honey, do you have to yell this way?
Why not? Isn't it a beauty?
Do you know who's sitting there in your den?
Oh, boy.
Johnny Dollar.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, you didn't tell him anything, did you?
No. So go on in and make the best of it. Go on, Les, while I get the phone.
Okay. Well,
Hello?
I didn't expect to find you here waiting for me, Johnny. Kind of spoils all the big surprise. But here you are, baby. Catch it.
Thanks, Les.
Well, don't you like it, Johnny?
Should I?
Ah, now look. After seeing that gun collection of yours, and seeing what was missing from it, and after what you did for me last fall, and with that birthday you had, well, listen, I've been negotiating with the old man Berghoff over in Waterbury for 2 weeks to get this for you. What's the matter, Johnny?
Johnny?
Oh, yes, Connie.
That phone call is for you. Sergeant Bravo, I think he said.
Oh, thanks.
Johnny?
No.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, it's all wrapped up, Dollar.
Well...
Yeah?
Yep. Prints on that glass led the lieutenant straight to him.
Well, what was that?
The killer, the one that knocked over Willoughby. It was Shorty Scarpone, one of his pals in the dope racket. Broke down and confessed the whole thing when the lieutenant busted in on him. And Dollar...
Oh, brother.
Johnny. Okay, now, what is bothering you?
What's bothering you anyway?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, you.
Not a thing. Believe me, not a thing. Connie, where is that drink and we'll celebrate?
Good.
My birthday and a lot of things. I can only tell you this. I was never so glad to be wrong in my life. And I mean all wrong about a case. Expense account total? What expense account? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a talisman. A good luck charm that proved to be anything but. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Mason Adams as Sergeant Bravo, Margaret Draper as Connie Walters, Arthur Cole as Jonathan Harmon, Pat Hosley as the telephone operator, Casey Allen as Les Walters, and Sam Gray as Mr. Burkhoff. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Durward Kirby's favorite program, The Gary Moore Show, on the CBS Radio Network.
WROW Albany.
Welcome Wagon hostesses rate their work as the most fascinating public relations job in the whole world. In the United States and in neighboring Canada, too, you will find thousands of Welcome Wagon hostesses who do a vitally important job every day of the week. Right here in the Capital District, there are more than 20 Welcome Wagon hostesses, your neighbors and mine, each one a charming ambassador of goodwill. We'd like you to meet one right now.
I'm Lenny Gannett. I welcome all the newcomers in the McGonville-Gilliland area. I try to make new families feel at home. The basket of gifts I bring is just a small part of my welcome. I'd like to call on your new neighbor. All you do is tell me who she is.
Call Welcome Wagon at State 59640. Give the hostess the name and address of the newcomer you know. She'll call on them with a basket full of gifts from civic-minded businessmen. Call State 59640 for Welcome Wagon.
Johnny Dollar.
Lucian Peterson here.
Luke, how are you?
Just fine, Johnny. How are you?
Still out there in dear old Seattle, Wash?
Yep.
And still holding down a job with Western Maritime and Life?
Sure am. Or let's say I'm trying to, but at the rate we've been paying off on claims lately on some of my own clients, well, the Home Office doesn't like me too well.
Something phony about some of those claims, maybe?
No, but they've all been big ones. $500,000 here, $250,000 there, $600,000 just last week.
No wonder the company doesn't like it.
So right now, I don't want to have to pay off on Mrs. Myra Brittingham. That is, if I can help it.
Well, I don't know Myra Brittingham or anything about her, but if you've insured her and she is now dead...
That's just the point, Johnny. She isn't.
Hmm?
Not yet.
Oh? But maybe somebody would like to see her that way?
Well, I don't know, but I think so. Or maybe this hunch of mine is all wrong, Johnny. And I'll be the first to admit it, that this feeling, this worry of mine is nothing more than a hunch. If I were to tell the police about it, they'd probably laugh in my face.
Well, I don't know, Luke. I've had some pretty wild hunches work out for me more than once.
I know. That's why I've called you. And I hope you can fly out here and, well, see what you think. See if you think he's liable to try it.
He?
Yes.
Who?
Her husband, Mark.
Oh.
Yeah. Well?
Sure.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Seattle, Washington office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Chuckanut matter. Expense account item 1, $6 for a cab out to Bradley Field. Item 2, $186.70 plane fare. It was after 11 p.m. by the time we sat down at Seattle-Tacoma International, so item 3 is $5.25 for a cab into the Benjamin Franklin, where I proceeded to get me a good night's sleep. Then, after a hearty breakfast the next morning, I dropped in on Lucian Peterson.
Now, Johnny, you're staying at the Ben Franklin?
That's right.
And that's where I'll have them deliver a rental car for you. You can repack your bags, toss them in, be on your way.
Oh? To where, Luke?
The little town of Chuckanut.
Where is that?
Well, you know where Bellingham is.
Yeah, it's about 85 miles north of here.
And Chuckanut's 5, 6, 7 miles this side of Bellingham.
Oh. And that's where Mr. and Mrs. Brittingham live, hmm?
Well, just this side of it, off Chuckanut Drive, is Paleoop Lane. A narrow, badly paved road that'll take you up into the mountains. Be real careful of that road, Johnny. And if it's wet when you get there, be doubly, triply careful.
Why do you say that, Luke?
That dinky little road has more twists and kinks and switchbacks than you ever saw in your life. Miss one of the turns, and you'll end up either flying off into space or smashing into the face of a cliff.
Well, I remember that. But tell me, what's going on between the Brittinghams?
Well, to begin with, they're both heavily insured. As a matter of fact, $500,000 worth apiece.
Wow.
Yes, and they're insured in each other's favor.
I see.
Mark Brittingham is about 35, Johnny, and all his life he's been nothing but a playboy and a sportsman.
Mm-hmm.
Living first on the money his father gave him, and now on the insurance left him by his last wife.
Oh, then Myra's number 2. Hmm?
Myra's number 4. And, Johnny, I'm as sure as I am that I'm sitting here, that the only reason Mark married her is because she had one of those incurable diseases, only a few months to live type of thing.
I see.
Yes. Then modern medical science, not long ago, suddenly, unexpectedly, found a complete cure for it.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, Luke, did his former wife die of some incurable disease?
Well, that's what the police and company investigator and the court decided. Johnny, I've always suspected that he somehow helped the old biddy on her way.
Now you think he wants to do the same for Myra, so he can collect on her insurance, huh?
I do.
You have any concrete evidence, Luke?
Well, it's no secret that Mark and Myra haven't been getting along lately. Things have been pretty tense between them.
Why?
Well, Myra's 5 or 6 years older than he is. Still a very attractive woman, Johnny, believe me. But she's older than he is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that woman has more expensive taste than anyone I've ever known. In other words, instead of dying off like he thought she would and leaving him a lot of money, all she does is spend it for him.
I see.
So instead of having plenty of dough for the racetracks and nightclubs and parties and so on, he's having to reef in his sales. And the only way he can ever get together a sizable hunk again is by having her dead.
Well, you think he'd go so far as to kill her?
If he can get away with it, yes. Because evidence to the contrary notwithstanding, Johnny, I still think that's what happened to the last one.
Well, if he should, I mean, he'd never collect the insurance.
If we could prove it.
Well, yes. Well, what am I supposed to do, Luke? Go up there and scare him out of it?
Why not?
That's a new one.
I know. As I told you on the phone, this is really all just a hunch on my part. But I think it has a pretty solid basis. Look, suppose you go up there. Just see him on the pretense you're interested in buying that property.
Oh, is it for sale?
Well, he wants to sell it to raise some of that green stuff he loves so much, and that he's rapidly running out of.
To spend a couple of hours talking about their house and property.
Now, listen, Johnny. And then just let it slip out who and what you really are.
What?
Sure. If that doesn't convince him he's under suspicion, make him change his mind about trying anything, I'll eat my hat. Will you do it?
Okay, Luke. As long as you're paying the bill.
Good.
But I still don't think that you have any real... Well, we'll see. The weather was clear, and the drive up to Chuckanut was a pleasant one. But that little side road, leading up to and around the edge of a mountain toward the Brittingham place, was anything but. A couple of times, on an outside turn on that tortuous, narrow asphalt, I could catch a glimpse of the house, far above and nestled in among the trees. But most of the time, I was too busy watching the road, until suddenly, as I rounded a particularly sharp, tight outside turn... Whoop!
Hey, watch it there!
Directly in front of me was a police car. In front of that, smashed head-on into the face of a cliff, was one of the new compacts, the whole front end of it bashed in.
Well, now, mister, who might you be?
How are you, Lieutenant?
Only it's Sergeant, Police Sergeant Bill Foreman.
Oh, Sergeant.
Well?
My name's Johnny Dollar.
What? The insurance investigator?
That's right.
Well, I'll say this. It sure beats me how you found out so quickly.
Found out about what?
That stiff in there in that car that smashed up.
Stiff? Who, Sergeant?
One of those crazy Brittinghams that have been tearing at each other's throats for so long now that one of them just plain had to go.
Which one, Sergeant?
Not much question about that, Dollar. Go take a look.
All right.
Yeah, Dollar, that's Mr. Mark Brittingham. What's left of him.
Mr. Brittingham?
Hey, you sound surprised.
Yeah, I am.
You know him?
No.
Oh, his wife, then?
No, Sergeant. I never met either of them. How did you find out about the accident?
I got a call from his wife, Myra. Said Mark's been away for a while. He wouldn't be back until sometime early in the week, so she was all alone.
Yeah?
Said she was sitting up there on the porch. You notice the porch that sticks out the side of their house up there, Dollar?
No, it's so far away and I was so busy driving. Go on.
Well, when you walk back to your car, there on that outside curve, maybe you can see it. Anyhow, she caught glimpses of a car coming up the road. Whose it was, she didn't know. And, well, her being alone, she didn't want any prowlers around, so would I come take a look?
So?
Well, I told her I was busy. Maybe it was just a special delivery or something, but then she hollered, "Oh, my goodness, it sounds like there's been an explosion down there on the road." So I came on up here.
She didn't recognize the car?
This morning sun right in her face, and the car only showing itself now and then on those outside curves. But just take a look at that sun.
I see what you mean. So it wasn't the sun in Brittingham's eyes that caused this wreck?
No. The sun was directly at his back as he came around that last hairpin. But, Dollar, I always warned him about the way he'd come tearing up this twisty little stretch. That is, until he made me ride with him one day to prove his point.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he used to be a racing driver. Sure. He had me hanging on for dear life a couple of times. But I'll tell you this, Dollar. He could really handle that wheel. Anything made him crack up this way, wasn't himself. Must have been something gone wrong with his car.
Well, if that's so, it's going to be pretty hard to prove, Sergeant. Considering the way it smashed up.
Don't be too sure about that. You ever hear of Mr. Hartford Homer Ransom, the sudden death detective, they call him?
Hartford? Oh, yes.
Yes, sir. Greatest reconstructor of traffic accidents that ever lived.
So I understand.
Yeah. Well, he lives just the other side of town. You give him maybe an hour or so with this wreck, and he'll tell you just exactly how it happened and why. Just as though he'd been standing right here watching it.
Well, then maybe you
talk about Sherlock Holmes. Oh, why, Mr. Ransom can look at a set of tire tracks or even a couple of pieces off an accident, and he'll reconstruct the whole thing. Just like that. I tell you, sir, it's uncanny.
Well, Sergeant, you better get him up here to look at this.
I'll do that.
Also, I think you better have your coroner look at Mr. Brittingham's body. And,
Yeah? Well, what is it, Dollar?
The way that he apparently threw his right arm up in front of his eyes just before the crash. You notice?
Yeah. Well, sure, in the hopes of patting himself when he hit the windshield.
Former racing driver? Instead of slumping down, relaxing?
Anybody would.
I wonder.
Well, now tell me this. Wouldn't you put up an arm? I mean, seeing that wall of rock coming straight at you?
I don't know.
Well, I do. I know I would.
Wouldn't you have had both hands tight on the wheel, going around that turn at the speed he must have been going?
Well, maybe so. But he put his arm up.
And that's what puzzles me. Because he must have done it while he was taking the curve. That outside curve.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But now we better get up there to the house and give Myra Brittingham the bad news.
I'll tell you what, Sergeant.
Yeah?
Let me go up there and tell her. Meantime, you get this man Ransom on the job and have a medico do an examination of the body. And I mean a thorough one.
Now. Wait a minute. You think maybe this wasn't just an accident, Dollar?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you meant, isn't it?
Let's wait and see. The Brittingham place, built there on the side of a mountain among the trees, was quite an establishment. New, modern, and very expensive. As for Mrs. Brittingham, Myra, well, Lucian had said she was about 40. She didn't look it. She was 5'3" or 4", brunette, with an almost olive complexion, very dark eyes, and the kind of natural beauty that you seldom see in a figure to go with it. I introduced myself and made no bones about my connection with the insurance company. Before I could tell her why I was there, she led me out onto the little porch where, looking out against the sun, I could see occasional spots on the road I'd just driven up. And then, calmly and with a self-control that I hadn't expected.
Was it Mark, Mr. Dollar?
I'm afraid so.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, I knew it would happen sometime. I warned him over and over about the way he drove so madly up and down that crooked little road, in spite of the fact he'd driven expensive racing cars when he was younger. I knew he'd kill himself sooner or later, and now he has.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Brittingham.
Are you? I'm not.
What did you say?
It rather settles things, doesn't it?
Does it?
We hadn't been getting along, Mark and I, for quite some time. And I know it was partly my fault.
Why do you say that?
Because of money, Mr. Dollar. You see, I married him for his money because I thought that for the rest of my life he'd be able to give me all the things I'd always wanted.
Yes?
Oh, it was all great fun with him while he still had it. The big parties night after night, the racetracks all over the country, theaters, nightclubs. I even put up with his silly hunting and fishing up here. But when the money began to run out and we had to sell the big home in Bellingham and the cars and get rid of the servants and settle down in this little place, I've hated this place, Mr. Dollar. And I hated him. And we fought like spoiled, hysterical children. But you see, when he knew the money was getting low, well, if he had any gumption, he'd have got himself a job of some kind. For once, he'd have had to work for a living. But instead, he only got moody. He drank a lot, acted very strangely. Began looking at me in a peculiar, frightening kind of a way.
Oh?
And then, because of something he said one night, I began to fear him, what he might do.
Go on, Mrs. Brittingham.
Oh, I know, Mr. Dollar. He was upset that night because we'd had another argument, a terrible argument. And he'd had too much to drink. But he started laughing to himself, quietly chuckling to himself. And then he tried to say it lightly, as though he might be joking, but he said...
Yes?
He said, wouldn't it be nice for him if I should die, like his wife before me had? And then he could get a little fun out of life again, on my insurance money. It frightened me, Mr. Dollar, terribly.
I can't say I blame you.
And then these long trips and leaving me alone like this.
Trips to where, do you know?
No. Oh, I've wondered if he hasn't been out looking for someone to take my place. Or just planning some way to,
Well, it's all over now.
Well, I'd lie to you if I said I was sorry.
You know, of course, that you stand to collect some $500,000 of insurance.
Yes, I know. And I'll use it to get as far away from here as I can. Can you blame me?
I want to talk further with you, Mrs. Brittingham.
Of course.
First, though, I'd better check out the police report on this accident, purely as a formality.
Of course.
So, if you don't mind.
I'll be here, Mr. Dollar.
Why paint herself so black to me? To impress me with her honesty? So I'd dismiss any thought that she might have somehow had something to do with the accident? And another thing, a little thing. Her sudden alarm when she'd seen that car coming up the road, even if she couldn't recognize it against the morning sun. Was that enough to call the police? Something wrong here. Something very wrong.
In the United States today, there are more than 6 million children under the age of 18 who live in homes where there is no father. Among them are hundreds of thousands of boys who need the guidance and interest that large-hearted men can give them. They can be set on the path toward fine citizenship through the Big Brother movement. Now, at the beginning of Big Brother Week, find out what you can do to help expand this valuable program in your community. Contact your local Big Brother organization or write Big Brothers of America, Philadelphia 3, Pennsylvania.
It was early the next morning at police headquarters that I met with Sergeant Foreman, Dr. Hugo Bascom, the coroner, and with Mr. Hartford Homer Ransom, who knows more about the basic laws of inertia, matter, and motion than anyone I've ever seen. He can read a set of tire marks like an expert tracker reads a trail, and more important, he's an expert on human reaction times.
But the one thing I don't understand, Mr. Dollar, is his right arm up over his eyes that way.
Hey, that's funny. That's what Dollar said, too, Mr. Ransom. Seemed to me, though, he was trying to protect himself against the windshield frame.
Have time to take one hand off the wheel after pulling around that turn at that speed? No, Sergeant.
So he must have raised his arm to that position.
While he was on the outside of that curve, which simply doesn't make sense. Not at the speed he was traveling.
And like I said, he wasn't shading against the sun because the sun was at his back.
Do you suppose a good-sized bird or some kind of animal had dashed across in front of him and... might he have done that involuntarily?
A man with racing experience on a turn like that? No, Mr. Dollar. It would have to have been something like...
Like what, Mr. Ransom?
I don't know. I don't know. And there was certainly nothing wrong with his car.
You're sure of that?
I'd stake my reputation on it.
Well, there was certainly nothing wrong with him, Mr. Dollar.
You did a complete autopsy, Dr. Bascom?
I did as thorough an autopsy in Mark Brittingham's body as I've ever done. There was absolutely no physical reason for that accident.
Mm-hmm. You checked for alcohol in his bloodstream?
I checked everything. And what's more, incidentally, I know that Mark's general condition was perfect. I myself gave him a complete physical less than 2 weeks ago. So if you're thinking about a temporary blackout or something like that, well, there's no reason for it.
Well, I wasn't, Doctor, but can you be absolutely certain that that isn't a possibility?
In my job, Dollar, and I mean as coroner, I would have to find actual evidence of such a thing before I could put it on record. No, there's only one conclusion that we can reach here.
Suicide, Dr. Bascom?
Suicide, Mr. Ransom.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't agree with you.
No, you can't, eh? Why not?
Well, for one thing, the tire tracks. Had he crashed into that rock wall deliberately, the tracks would have gone straight to it. As it was, they were quite erratic for the last 81 feet.
I'm putting it down as suicide.
Also, that position of his arm, as though he'd brought it up to shield his vision against the sun.
And the sun being at his back. That doesn't make sense. You know it. I say it was suicide, and that's the way that I...
Wait a minute. Maybe it was the sun.
That's impossible, Dollar. Of course it is. Ridiculous.
Is it?
Ridiculous.
Dr. Bascom, before you file your report, I'd like time to play a little hunch.
A hunch?
Yes, maybe it's a pretty wild one, but there's one thing that could possibly have made him take his hand off the wheel on that curve and made him raise up his arm that way.
Are you still harping on that, young man?
I'm still harping on that because if this hunch of mine is right, Mark Brittingham was murdered.
Murdered?
Sergeant.
Yes, sir?
I want you to drive up to the house and bring Myra Brittingham down here.
But why?
Any excuse you can think of to look over these gentlemen's reports or something, but make it good because she's smart. Then when I call you on the phone...
Where'll you be?
When I call you, drive her on back to the house. And listen, when you get to that curve, take it slowly. Just crawl around it and with one foot on the brake.
Well, now, look...
Unless you want to end up the way Mark Brittingham did. When the sergeant got her away from there, I went over that house top to bottom. Sure, there were mirrors on the bedroom walls, big, clumsy ones, a couple of hand mirrors, too, on her dressing table. But the kind I was looking for would be in among her husband's fishing and hunting equipment. I found the survival kit, all right, and in it were the usual, the water-purifying pills, some iodine, salves, bandages, a couple of cans of sea ration. But the little mirror was missing. I mean the kind that's used for signaling. A small, clear, oblong mirror with a hole in the center. By facing the sun and peering through that hole, you can aim it. You can focus the full rays of the sun on anything up to a mile away. And then I found it, tucked between the pages of a book on a table out on the porch, where she practiced with it and then used it as a murder weapon. I called Sergeant Foreman and told him to drive on up the hill, but slowly. And then as he poked his car around that crucial curve, as I aimed the mirror to reflect the blinding rays of the sun full into his windshield, well, fortunately, he was able to stop before losing control. He waited there until I drove down to meet them. Then...
No, she hasn't said a word, Dollar, since I jammed on the brakes and raised up my arm to cut off that glare you shot down here.
I see. Well, Myra?
How did you know? How did you know that's the way I killed him?
I didn't. It was purely a hunch, I guess, but it looks like it paid off, doesn't it? $500,000? That's a nice round figure. A lot of money. But don't they ever learn that even millions aren't enough to murder for? Expense account total? Oh, call it a nice round figure, like, say, $391.18. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, I'll be back with another exciting adventure that'll really surprise you. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Joan Ellison as Myra Brittingham, Robert Dryden as Sergeant Bill Foreman, Richard Kendrick as Luke Peterson, Bernard Lenrow as Hartford Homer Ransom, and Ivor Francis as Dr. Hugo Bascom. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Get the news firsthand and in full from expanded CBS News on the CBS Radio Network.
Hello there. This is Kelly Maddox, Executive Secretary of the Citizens Traffic Commission. And here is our safe driving tip for today. You know, there's a lot of confusion on the part of motorists and pedestrians as to what a flashing red light means. A flashing red light, when used as a traffic signal, means that the motorist must come to a complete stop before entering an intersection, and after stopping, proceed only when it is determined that the coast is clear. This same rule applies to pedestrians. The Citizens Traffic Commission would like to impress on all motorists that they must stop their car when the traffic signal shows a flashing red light. A flashing yellow light means that you are to slow your car to a safe and reasonable speed and proceed with caution. All traffic signal lights have a meaning, and the motorist must remember that traffic signals are placed at intersections to control conflicting movements of traffic.
Johnny Dollar.
I am thy father's spirit,
What?
doomed for a certain term to walk the night,
Well, good for you.
and for the days confined to fasting fires,
How about that?
till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away.
Bravo, Mr. Shakespeare. Now, why don't you just relax and enjoy it?
I wish I could, Johnny. This is Jack Price down here in Corpus Christi.
I thought I recognized those pear-shaped tones. How are you, Jackson?
Fair.
Why the long-winded quote from Act 1 of Hamlet?
Tell me, Johnny, do you believe in ghosts?
Are you kidding?
Not a bit. Because a lot of innocent people down here in Corpus are beginning to.
You are kidding.
No, sir.
How come?
Because of a so-called psychic medium who's moved in on us.
A medium? Hmm?
He's been holding seances, or whatever you call them, and making with the clairvoyance bit. He's a rare one, Johnny.
Now, which is it, Jack?
Huh?
Rare, medium, or maybe well done?
Well, the act he puts on is well done, all right.
Well, what's your worry about him?
He's costing us money.
How?
Come on down here, Johnny. I'll give you the story, and you can get to work on him, okay?
All right, Jackson.
Why not?
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-Western Life Insurance Company office in Corpus Christi, Texas. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the medium rare matter. Expense account item 1, $132.15 for a cab to Bradley Field, then plane fare to Corpus Christi. Item 2 is $1.35 for the airport limousine to the Robert Driscoll Hotel, where I got myself a room, parked my luggage before walking over to Jack Price's office in the Katz building.
I'll bet you're tickled pink to get away from that cold New England winter weather,
That's the truest thing you ever said, Jackson. How are you?
Oh, fit to be tied, Johnny, on account of this so-called psychic medium.
Oh?
Sit down, I'll tell you all.
All right. Tell me, don't the police around here kind of frown on such? This one is a phony, isn't he?
Sure is. But somebody's got to prove it and put him out of business. Johnny, there are a lot of people who believe in spiritualism. But when a rank charlatan like this comes along...
Well, let's face it, Jack, you find them all over. They ought to be locked up, but they're usually too smart. Now, let's have the story.
Well, first off, he operates out beyond the city limits. That's why our Corpus Christi police are helpless.
Yep.
His name is Udi Vishnu.
Vishnu?
At least that's the name he uses. And you ask me, that Hindu or whatever it is accent he uses has a touch of Brooklyn in it.
No?
Phony, phony, phony. But they continue to fall for him. Knowledge of the past, present, and future. Mind-reading, message from the dead. Phooey.
You really don't like him, do you?
He's already cost us money.
Oh?
Unless you can stop him, he'll cost us a lot more. Us and a lot of other people. And that means a lot of heartbreak, too.
Don't tell me that he makes a charge for his meetings, seances, whatever you want to call them.
Too smart. He'd be up against the laws on fortune-telling. No, Johnny, all it takes is contributions. There's no law against that.
Just where and how does he operate?
A few miles out South Staple Street. You remember the place they call Ranch 66?
Wasn't that a gambling joint, among other things?
Well, they prefer to call it a roadhouse. Anyhow, on a side road ways beyond Ranch 66 is a little theater that's been empty for years. And now, all decked out in fresh paint, with a new facade, it's Udi Vishnu's Temple of the Living Truth. And, Johnny, every single night of the week, that place is packed with the poor suckers who think he's some kind of a new prophet.
He must be good.
He is. He's great. And, brother, you should see the money they lay on the drum.
Plenty,
Right. Including proceeds from the insurance policies they've been cashing in.
Ah, so that's where it hurts.
You bet it does. We've made a big thing over the years of insuring the little guy. The one that some of the big companies don't want to bother with. Policies for only $1,000 or $2,000. Don't you see, Johnny? Those are the people who need that insurance. And you've got to stop him.
Well, Jackson, I don't know.
You've got to, Johnny, before any more of these people get hurt. Every single night they're out there shelling out their dough to hear his glorified magic act. People from all over this part of the country.
Oh?
Yeah. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, wherever he's carefully planted his literature.
At least that brings some extra money into this thriving city of Corpus Christi.
Wrong. I forgot to tell you. The suckers don't know it, or if they do, they don't care. But he also owns a big old hotel that just happens to be only a block away from his temple. It's always jammed with his followers. This thing's been going on for over a month now, so he's really cleaning up. But mostly, of course, on the contributions.
I don't know, Jack. I mean, if he's not committing any actual crime...
I think he is.
What do you mean? What sort of crime?
Murder.
Murder?
Yeah. He's been getting his people his followers to name him as the beneficiary of their insurance. Not the temple, Johnny, but him.
Oh?
Yeah, and listen.
Go ahead.
In the last 2 weeks, For no apparent reason. And remember that.
Yep.
2 of our clients, both of them in good health, but neither of them wealthy or anything like that.
Yeah, go on.
For no apparent reason, they've been murdered. And the murders are unsolved.
And you think this Udi Vishnu did it? Now, wait.
No, he's too smart. But knowing his influence over his followers and their fanaticism, the way that some of them do anything for him, and I mean anything, Johnny, even murder. Well, what do you think? You want to look into it?
Looks like somebody better, doesn't it?
Good. Now, just how do you plan to start your investigation of this phony mystic, this Udi Vishnu?
Well, it seems to me, Jack, that it might be smart to go on out there to his temple and catch his act.
That's what I thought. So here, you better have this.
What's this?
Admission ticket.
You mean you have to have a reserved seat?
Sure do. And here you are, for row H, seat number 43.
Well, I thought you said there was no charge.
Well, there isn't. But you have to have a ticket or you'll never get in.
It's funny.
Most of them are handed out there at the Temple of the Living Truth Hotel. And just to make it look good, some of the small hotels and motels on the edge of town are given a few ducats, too.
I see.
Anyhow, if you want to go tonight, here.
Okay, Jackson. Thanks. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. By the time I'd got it and going back to the Robert Driscoll to freshen up, well, item 4 is $6.80 for a cocktail and a leisurely dinner. Then I drove out to the Temple of the Living Truth. Literally scores of people were standing around begging to be let in. But only those with tickets for reserved seats were admitted. And remember that. Reserved seats. The audience, or rather the auditorium, held something over 100 people. And the house was packed. The wide, shallow stage was hung with gray velvet drapes and was bare, except for a sort of reading stand or lectern. There were steps leading from the audience to stage center. And Jack had been right. Most of the people gathered there looked like rather poor folks, the very kind most likely to be taken in by this self-styled mystic. My ticket stub said the service would start at 8:30. At exactly 8:27, the lights were slowly dimmed, except for a blue spotlight that shone on the lectern and on the steps that led up to it. And from somewhere came the recorded music of an organ. Low, haunting, mysterioso. The crowd grew silent. They all leaned forward expectantly. And then at 8:30 on the nose, from one side of the stage into the spotlight, glided Udi Vishnu. I'll say this for him. He cut a mighty impressive figure. He was tall, with curly chestnut hair and a smart short beard. Brown eyes that were set deep in their sockets, but that almost seemed to glow in the spotlight. His face rather pale and wan, like that of someone who has suffered. He wore a long gray robe bound in the middle by a cord that looked like gold. It reached to the tips of his gold-colored sandals. His hands were those of the artist, with long, slim fingers that barely gracefully curved as he gave the sign of a blessing. He simply stood there for a moment, his eyes raised upward, as a soft, almost imperceptible sigh passed through the crowd. Then he lowered his hand, and the music died out. As he looked out over the crowd, I realized that there was something almost magnetic in that gaze of his. Almost hypnotic. Believe me, whatever it was, this man had it.
And do you believe? We believe. And do you believe in me? We believe. And do you know that I, and I alone, possess the infinite knowledge?
Yes, we know.
Of all things then, and now, and forever.
Yes.
Then you know, my children, that through me, you too can be possessed of supranormal, supernatural powers, can share my unification with the omnipotent consciousness that rules the cosmic destiny of all mankind. My bond with the Supreme Intelligence And you can gain psychic powers beyond belief. Know all things about all people.
Yes.
Now, these tremendous forces lie dormant within you. They must be aroused and developed as only I can show you how. If you will uphold me not only in worldly things, but in things spiritual. If you will believe in me, and show me that you believe, your lives will be successful, full, and complete.
Yes.
You know this.
Yes.
Then be silent. As I close my eyes, as I concentrate on someone here I have never seen before, but who will be the first tonight to be relieved of all worldly cares, who is one of the elect to share with me the... Yes, I see now a number. The number H41.
Oh, it's me.
Really?
That's my ticket. My seat number. Oh, I'm sorry, mister. But see? It's the number of my seat.
Yes, I see, miss, but wait a minute. I mean...
Patience, my child, that I may speak.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the eye of my mind, there comes a vision now. A farm in Oklahoma, near the town of
Yes, El Reno, yes. Oh.
And a little girl, perhaps 10 years old. Her name is Martha.
Oh, that's my name.
Martha Winter.
Yes.
And with her, a little dog.
The dog.
The dog she was not supposed to have. She never told her mother. His name was Skipper.
Skipper. I'd almost forgotten.
Then Martha's school and Miss Albright.
My teacher. But how could he know?
Yes, who alone helped Martha decide not to run away from home.
It's true.
And now, when she got the call to come here to see me, but she left the car, an old one. It's blue.
He's right.
43 U7418.
Oh, that's the license number. But it's back in Oklahoma.
Are you here, Martha?
Yes. All you said is true.
And do you believe?
Yes.
Do you all believe?
Yes.
He went on that way for 2 hours, telling people there in the audience all about themselves. Names, places, dates, intimate things about their faraway homes, their childhood friends, events in their lives that they themselves had almost forgotten. Believe me, it was impressive and very convincing. And when he promised eternal supernatural help for all those who would help him, well, brother, you should have seen the money pour into the collection baskets. After it was over, in the crowd outside, I talked with those people to find out how he had learned so much about them. But they'd only arrived that very day, that morning. And more important, not one of them had told anyone, not anyone, of the personal things that he had known. Who could blame them then for believing him, and for believing in him, and for going on back to their farms or whatever, convinced that thanks to him all their troubles were over and forever? And the next night there'd be another, a fresh mob there, to shell out their money for his phony promise of supernatural help. But how to stop him?
You know the only way, of course.
Do I, Jack?
Sure. Somehow prove to those followers of his how he actually does get all that information about him. But it's pretty fantastic, isn't it? He's never seen them before, doesn't even have any way of knowing they're going to be there.
Yeah, he's mighty convincing.
And what he does is just plain impossible. But until you or I or somebody can duplicate his act, then tell him it's all a phony. But how? Even Houdini or Thurston or Blackstone or any other magician would have to take a back seat to this punk.
Wait a minute, Jackson.
Yeah?
Reserved seats.
Huh?
And one of those names you mentioned, a magician. Years ago, when he set out to expose the phony mediums.
What are you talking about?
In all the big cities where he played. New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, all the big towns. But this one, this Udi Vishnu, plays to the country folks who couldn't have known about that magician's expose.
Look, will you please tell me...
Jackson, I think I can do it.
Yeah?
Get some tickets for tonight's performance and drag in all the state or county authorities, whoever has jurisdiction, all of them that you can. Also, somebody from one of the news services.
What are you going to do, Johnny?
See if I can prove once and for all that this big mystic is just one big mistake. The next few hours were about the busiest I ever spent. First of all, through a contact there in Corpus Christi, whose name I had better not mention, I got the answer to the one key question in my mind. Amount of the latest monthly phone bill paid by the Temple of the Living Truth Hotel. Then, on the excuse that I wanted a reservation for the night, I paid a visit to the hotel. Needless to say, all the rooms were taken, but I sneaked a good long look at the register, and sure enough, beside the name of each guest were the two things I needed to know: home address and ticket number for the night's meeting. Only let's call it performance now. Then back in town, I ran up item 4, $121 in telephone calls. I know, a lot of calls, but very necessary ones. Then, I don't know where and how Jackson got the tickets, but he did. And there in the audience with us were 6 or 7 state and county cops, out of uniform and looking fresh off the farm, and 2 reporters from the National News Services. Again, the house was full. Again, the dim lights and organ music. Again, the opening preliminaries.
Do you believe?
We believe.
And do you believe in me?
We believe.
And do you know that I alone possess the infinite knowledge?
Yes, we know.
Of things then and now and forever?
Yes, yes, yes.
Then when he had him in the mood, and again I say it was pretty impressive, then he began his demonstration. He was every bit as good as he'd been the night before, and by the end of an hour he had them with him all the way. Finally came the break that I'd been waiting for when he called out one of the numbers on the list that I had compiled.
And I see another number in the eye of my mind. Number L13.
Hey, that's me. It's my seat number.
Then listen, my brother, while I tell you of the wondrous things I know through the psychic powers that have been granted me.
Yes.
That have made you one of the elect.
No, let me tell him.
What's this?
Hey, Johnny Walker here. Throw him out.
Wait. Be silent, my children. And who are you, my brother?
I was here last night. Don't you see you've inspired in me the same powers that you have?
The same powers?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Seat number L13. Have you ever seen me before? No, I haven't.
Wait, my children.
Of course you haven't, nor have I ever seen you before, but that doesn't keep me from knowing all about you.
Please.
About the same kind of trickery that this Udi Vishnu has been using on you.
Do not listen to him.
Number L13. Your name is Martin Mefford. You came from Cotton Valley, Louisiana, car license number CFU 160. You're a plumber's helper, right? Yes.
Oh, no.
He has to give. He has to give.
Please do not listen to this man.
Mr. Mefford, you walk with a limp because you broke your leg when you were 6 years old when Tommy Parkins shoved you out of a tree. That's true.
Do not listen to this
Your
man.
teacher in the first grade, Miss Brewster, she promised you a book if you'd stop chewing your nails. Is that a fact? Yes. How do you know? I forgot it myself. I know by the same trick this crook has been using.
My children.
Seat number C41, Mrs. Nathan Parry.
Yes.
Your maiden name was Wilma Leonard. You were born in Asherton. You ran away to Austin when you were 14 and a little secret in your life? Well, listen and I'll tell you.
No. Stop this man. Stop him. Stop him.
By the time I got through telling some of those people stuff that even Udi Vishnu hadn't found out about them, and some of it was pretty personal, they fairly tore the place apart. Then when Udi dragged a gun from under his robes to protect himself and pulled off a couple of shots, well, then the police moved in. As for the radio newspaper story that followed, well, believe me, Udi Vishnu, whose real name turned out to be Bernie Bildrick, won't try that caper again, even if he does get out of the pen.
But you still haven't told me how you got all that dope on those people, and in only a matter of hours, Johnny.
Same way he did, Jack.
And some of it pretty intimate stuff, too, and stuff they couldn't have told you because they'd forgotten about it. What's more, you'd never seen them before. How, Johnny?
Look, the tickets were free, but all the seats were numbered, reserved. Now, there had to be a reason, Jackson. That's what reminded me of the famous magician, the trick that he'd used up in New York.
Yeah?
He'd call the ticket agency, the hotel, find out the name and address of a guest who'd bought a ticket to his show.
Well, down here, of course...
All I had to do was look at the register, right there at the Temple of the Living Truth Hotel.
Which will soon be out of business, I promise you.
All right. Having seat number, name, and home address, I got on the phone. That Mr. Martin Mefford from Cotton Valley, Louisiana. I called the police chief there and the mayor. On the information they gave me, I called his old school teacher, 2 cousins, a couple of boyhood pals, an old girlfriend. Jackson, by the time I got through, I knew more about him than he did about himself, and the same with the others.
Well, I'll be darned.
So, that's that.
You certainly proved your point.
Point?
Big mystic? No. Big mistake.
Whether they can pin the 2 murders on him that Jack told me about remains to be seen. That's up to the authorities and out of my hands now. Expense account total, $465.30. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a nice, quiet little town in South Jersey that doesn't stay that way for long. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Featured in our cast were Maurice Tarplin as Jack Price, Dan Arco as Udi Vishnu, Evelyn Juster as the first woman, Bill Lipton as Martin Mefford, Tony Darnay as the second woman. Also heard in our cast were Guy Rep and Sam Raskin. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. The #1 network for news, expanded CBS News on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Dollar, this is Henry Foreman down here in Fort Jarvis, New York.
Fort Jarvis?
That's right.
Lucky man.
I beg your pardon?
Well, the Delaware River on one side and the Neversink on the other, and that Neversink just happens to be one of my favorite trout streams.
Oh, I see.
Many's the time I've wet a line in that piece of water. Foreman, did you say?
Yes, I'm the local representative for Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company.
What can I do for you, Mr. Foreman?
Not for me, Mr. Dollar, but for one of my clients. I should say the husband of one of our clients, one of my rather important clients.
Yes?
His name is Teckler, Rudolph Teckler, and he lives a few miles north of here, the other side of Monticello.
I see.
Lovely place. 200 or 300 acres of beautiful woodland, a private lake, and so on.
Sounds very nice.
Usually, though, this time of year, they're back in New York at their big apartment, one of those luxurious duplex affairs on East River.
Also sounds like they're really loaded.
Loaded? Oh, yes. Oh, you mean... yes, Mr. Dollar, they're quite wealthy.
Well, now, what's his problem?
I haven't the least idea. All I know is that he called me a few minutes ago, and he asked, well, as a matter of fact, he insisted that you come and see him. If, that is, you have some free time, and by that he meant anything from a few days to a few weeks.
Funny. Must have something to do with his insurance.
I don't know, sir.
Well, look, Mr. Foreman...
He did make it very plain that it's most important. Important to you, that is, to you personally.
To me?
Yes, he implied that if there were any question about your expenses, so on, why, he'd be more than glad to pay your expense account himself.
Ah.
Yes. Oh, in other words, Mr. Dollar...
In other words, maybe I can be a little free with the old expense account for a change.
Well, now, that isn't quite what I was thinking.
Well, let's pretend it was, though.
Well, now, look here...
Now, just relax, Mr. Foreman. I'll grab a plane or a train or something and be down there to see you.
Now, Mr.
I'll
Dollar...
see you.
CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Inter-Allied Life Insurance Company office in Port Jarvis, New York. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Monticello mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $9.10 plane fare to New York. Item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car. I picked up Route 46, then 23, and some 70-odd miles later, pulled into Port Jarvis at the point where Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York all come together. It's a nice little city, there on the Delaware. Quite a railroad center, and even better known for its glass companies. Henry Foreman's office was on Main Street, and after the usual howdy-do's, I again asked the question.
Believe me, Mr. Dollar, I don't know anything more about it than I told you on the phone. But in view of this company's policy of service to its clients, service of any kind, well, I felt we must accede to his request that you be brought down here.
I see.
And after all, when you consider the size of Mrs. Tekler's life policy alone, the annual premiums we collect on it, and remember this too, sir. She was a client of the company's long before she married Tekler. She's the widow of the late Horace Rathbun Mellinger. Well, you know.
The big steel and oil fortune.
Yeah.
Well, it's no wonder then the Teklers are loaded.
Precisely.
Well, just give me their address and I'll see what I can do about inaugurating a Share the Wealth program. I drove north on 42 for some 25 miles to Monticello. Especially at this time of the year, this foot of the Catskills country is mighty beautiful. Then west for a few miles to the little town of Bethel, then north on a narrow, twisting little road to a spot somewhere between Canosa Lake and Swan Lake. There was a tall steel wire fence about the place, but the heavy gate was unlocked, so I went on through. And there it was. About as isolated and beautiful a place as I've ever seen. It might as well have been 100 miles away from the dozens of resorts and vacation spots that dot that area. The main building, the lodge, I guess you'd call it, was a kind of a large, two-story log cabin affair with a high peaked roof that would shed the winter snow. It was surrounded on three sides by tremendous trees, and they framed the lodge perfectly. It was a picture spot of the sort you see in a movie. And on the fourth side, out in front of the lodge and not more than 100 yards away, one look at that blue, placid lake. And there must have been at least 20 acres of it. Made me wish that I'd brought along every bit of fishing tackle I'd ever owned. As I stood there by the side of my car, taking it all in, a pair of lunker smallmouth bass jumped clear of the water, scattering it like the proverbial pearls in the sunshine.
So you like it, huh?
Like it? Oh, brother, what a fisherman's heaven this is.
Yes, it really is. And you must be Johnny Dollar, and I'm Rudy Tekler. And how are you?
Spellbound, if you want the truth. I didn't think a place like this ever really existed. Look at that. Did you see him?
I saw him.
Oh, the gun, Mr. Tekler. That bass just broke water out there. Must be over 3 pounds. You're a fisherman, too?
Mm-hmm. I certainly am.
What are we doing just standing here?
I thought you might just possibly feel that way about it.
Why, sure. Why aren't we out there and... Oh, it is slightly out of season, isn't it?
Well, what's the difference? Private lake on private property. If the game warden comes around, I just shoo him away.
I also forgot that I'm supposed to be up here on business.
Oh? Are you?
Well, aren't I?
Not so far as I know.
You're kidding.
Not a bit.
Well, you sent for me, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. My wife and I sent for you, but not on business.
I don't get it. Not on business?
Not a bit of it.
Well, why then?
Johnny, suppose you go on into the house. Here, I'll help you with your bag.
Well, now, wait, Mr. Tekler.
Oh, now, come. Mr. Tekler, a fine fishing pal you're going to make. To you, it's Rudy, okay?
Okay, Rudy, fine. Now, what was that crack about a fishing pal?
I'll come along into the house and meet Nancy, my wife. Come on.
All right. But if you're implying that you sent for me just to fish this beautiful lake of yours...
Well, why not?
Well, I'm afraid it's a little hard to believe.
I don't see why.
Well, let's just say I've been around, Mr. Rudy.
Well, then maybe if Nancy tells you the same thing.
Well, much as I'd like to, I still won't believe it.
Come along and we'll see.
Maybe because of long years in this job of mine, I'm overly suspicious. But it all seemed just a little too good to be true. Now, I ask you, what would you think if a couple of complete strangers casually handed you the sort of chance and situation you've only dared dream about all your life? Yes, and when I met Mrs. Teckler there in the lodge, that silly little bell in the back of my head that saved my job and even my life on occasion, that warning, if you like, suddenly began to ring out loud and clear.
Have you ever stopped to realize how lucky we are? When people behind the Iron Curtain turn on their radios, they hear only what their leaders want them to hear. In this country, you can flick a switch day or night and get a true, complete report of what's happening everywhere. You get the news first, fastest, most accurately, and most completely when your dial is set to this CBS radio network station. Because the network is serviced by the far-flung fact-gathering facilities of expanded CBS News. Experienced CBS newsmen stationed in strategic places of the world over are on top of the story the moment it breaks. For news about local, state, national, and international affairs, even the news from out of this world, count on the frequent broadcasts of expanded CBS News. Hear CBS News every hour on the hour, every weekday. Wherever you are, keep in touch with the world through world-spanning CBS News. In this land where the news is free and reliable, let CBS News satisfy your need to know.
Mrs. Rudolph Teckler, beneficiary of the vast Horace Rathbone Mellinger fortune, was short, sweet, pert, and pretty. About 5 feet 2 or 3 with a trim, almost wiry figure. She had a pale, flawless complexion, sparkling dark blue eyes that contrasted with her light-colored hair, and she gave the impression of being very active, very alert, in spite of the fact that she must have been almost 60 years of age.
Then you do like our little country place, Mr. Dollar.
Like it? I love it, Mrs. Teckler.
Oh, I knew you would. We do, too, don't we, darling?
Well, you know the answer to that as well as I do, Nan.
And, Johnny, you must call me Nancy, even if only to flatter me and make me feel young again.
Well, you are young, Nancy.
Well, thank you. In spite of the fact I had to ask for it.
Not at all.
You see, Johnny, this was Horace's. He was my first husband. Horace's hunting lodge. We used to come up here during the deer season, and we'd have all sorts of people around shooting off guns and playing poker all night and eating their heads off and making a general nuisance of themselves. But Horace liked it, so I put up with it, in spite of all the work it meant for me.
It certainly did, and it still does. And I think we ought to bring a couple of the servants up here.
Oh, now, darling.
Well, you work much too hard all the time we're here.
Yes, but I like getting away from the servants for a change. And all their problems.
Well, I know, Nan.
And
but...
it's no hardship for me. Does me good, keeps me healthy.
Well, just the same, Nancy, next year when we come up here...
Next year? Well, we'll see. But if I'm feeling as well as I do now... Well, anyway, Johnny...
Yes?
After Horace died, well, Rudy's never liked hunting, have you, dear?
Well, Johnny, I'm no sissy, but I just don't like killing, that's all. I mean, poor, dumb animals. Fishing, though? That's something else again.
I'm with you.
So, after Rudy and I got married, that was in 58, well, that's when he put in the lake. Stocked it with nice big bass and some pickerel and sunfish and bluegills and things.
Oh, you have me fairly drooling, you know that.
Well, I'm glad, because that's the reason I thought of having you up here. And when I suggested it to Rudy...
now, honey.
Well, at first he thought I was silly. But then when he had a chance to think it over, he was just as enthusiastic about having you here as I was.
Just to go fishing?
Well, Johnny, I'll make a true confession. I'm an old fan of yours.
Oh?
I never miss those weekly radio reports you make on the cases you solve.
Well, maybe I'm lucky you don't know about the ones I don't solve.
I think the work you do is wonderful. And I've wanted to meet you for years.
Well, I thank you, ma'am.
Well, but never having any insurance problems, well, I just couldn't think of a logical excuse. And I knew you'd only be bored to death at any of the constant round of big, dull parties we have to give all winter long down in New York.
And believe me, Johnny, they are dull. But they're expected in this circle that we're obliged to travel in.
You know, Johnny, old friends of Horace's, so what can we do? Anyway, one Sunday night, listening to one of your radio reports, I suddenly realized you constantly talk about fishing. So here you are, and Please stay as long as you like.
Nancy, I love you dearly.
Good. And by way of celebration, darling, why don't you pour us all a drink, huh?
Good idea.
And then while I'm fixing dinner, there'll still be about an hour of daylight. Why don't you two go out on the lake?
A very good idea.
And Johnny Dollar, if you don't bring back at least a couple of 5-pounders...
I promise, Nancy. Honest Injun. Short, sweet, pert, and pretty, I said. I should have added one more adjective. Smart. And that's why, in spite of her excuse for having me around, I wondered what her real reason was. But they didn't give me much time for wondering or anything else. Within half an hour, Rudy and I were out on the lake. That beautiful hunk of water so loaded with fighting bass that who could miss coming in with a limit? But we did. For no sooner had we got started across toward the far side, where there was plenty of the reeds and lily pads the big ones like to hide under.
Johnny, it looks to me...
Yeah, I see the place, Rudy, and if there aren't some lunkers over there, I'll eat my shirt.
No, what I was thinking
I still think we could have got a sackful right off the dock.
But not the big ones. No, what I was thinking of is that mass of black clouds moving in on us there.
You're right. Look, there's a little shop building up in the water, too.
Yes, I'm afraid we're in for a sudden blow and a lot of rain. You know what that does to the fishing.
Oh, darn it, especially in a shallow lake like this one.
But I tell you, it's not as shallow as it looks.
Oh?
See, this was a kind of canyon up here in these mountains before we dammed it up, and some of the spots are nearly 20 feet deep.
Maybe we better figure... Uh-oh.
Yeah, here it comes.
Boy, don't you mean here it is. Wow.
Regular clouders. Certainly can't fish in this, can't even see where we are.
I'm afraid you're right, Rudy.
Well, don't you worry. We'll have plenty of time in the days ahead for all the fishing you can take.
Well, that may be a bigger order than you think.
Of course, if this blows over, we can come out tonight again. Sometimes the night fishing is great.
I'll try anything.
But as long as it keeps up like this... Oh, well, I'm sorry. So we'll go on back to the dock, if I can find it. Then back to the house, build a big fire. We can sit in front of it and drown our sorrows, huh?
You mean if we don't get ourselves drowned first?
Right.
After cocktails, and plenty of them, during the delicious dinner Nancy had cooked for us, although we talked about nothing but fishing, I began to wonder again. Because I suddenly became aware of something between these two that hadn't shown before, but I couldn't quite put my finger on. A sort of tension that they both very obviously tried to hide. This very young man and the older, wealthy woman he'd married. Later, in the living room, as we sat in front of a roaring fire and Rudy became a bit too generous with the highballs, especially his own, I wondered some more, because several times when he glanced over at her while she was talking to me, there was a very strange look in his eyes. Fear? Could it have been fear? But of what? I decided I'd better get him alone and talk to him, but by the time Nancy went up to her room to bed, the drinks had had their effect on him, and he didn't make very much sense.
Just one more little one, huh, Johnny? I mean, for a sort of nightcap.
No,
huh?
thanks, Rudy. I've had enough. You always drink this much?
Oh, well, remember what I said this afternoon? Drown your sorrows. I said, drown your sorrows. Yeah, Johnny, it's a very good idea. Okay, bottoms up. Oh.
Rudy, are you worried about something?
Why, me? With lots of money, I never have to do liquor work. Nice little wife, couple of nice places to live. Not me, Johnny. Not a thing in the world. Not as long as I can drown my sorrows. Hey, let's have just one more.
Now, look, if the weather stays clear the way it is right now and we're going to do any fishing tomorrow morning, maybe we better hit the sack, huh?
Yeah, sure, okay. You find your way up to your room all right?
I think I can. The point is, can you?
Me? Oh, sure. Right next to Nancy's room. You're on the other side. Oh. Well, shall we?
I think we'd better. I helped him up to his room, put him to bed, and he promptly went out like a light. What he'd said about the clean, cool mountain air was certainly true. I slept like a log, almost as though I'd been drugged, and not because of the after-dinner drinks. I'd watched that pretty carefully. Then, shortly after sunup, came the rude awakening. Yeah, yes.
Johnny. Johnny!
Yes. What's the matter, Rudy? What is it?
It's Nancy. Something's happened to her. Come on, quickly. Quickly!
Where can you find such entertainers as Buster Davenport and his talking minor bird? Where can you find Lucille and her magic ocarina, or Little Billy and his 14-piece jug band? Well, frankly, we don't know where you can find them. But one sure thing, here on the CBS Radio Network, you find the top names in show business: Arthur Godfrey, Art Linkletter, Gary Moore, Bing Crosby, and Rosemary Clooney. And you find them here every weekday morning. Guaranteed entertainment, Monday through Friday, right here at the Star's address.
All right, what is it, Rudy? What's happened?
She's gone. Nancy's gone. Something's happened to her. Look at this. Her bed's been slept in, but she isn't here.
All right, now just take it easy. Maybe she just got up early to fix breakfast for us before we go out on the lake.
No, Johnny. She isn't anywhere. I mean, not anywhere in the house. I've looked all over.
Out for an early walk, maybe.
What, without getting dressed?
How do you know that?
Look, the only things that are missing are the nightgown she wore and her robe and a pair of slippers.
Now, wait a minute. You mean you've checked every other article of clothing she owns?
Well, no, of course not. But those things are missing.
Did you look around the ground?
Oh, yes, all over. Except in the woods, of course.
Which just happens to cover most of this place of yours.
Johnny, the point is she's gone without letting me know. I say something's happened to her.
How many cars do you keep here?
Well, just the one, but it's still in the garage. Besides, Nancy doesn't drive.
Did you look for any footprints when you were outside?
Yes.
In the mud from that rain we had?
Yes, Johnny, there were none.
How about tracks down at the gate?
The road is paved down to the gate, even out to the highway.
Is there any way off the property except through that gate?
No, there's no other way out. What could have happened to her?
Just calm down, Rudy. Let me get some clothes on and we'll look around.
I hope she's all right.
Any reason why she shouldn't be?
Well, no, of course not, and yet...
Yes? Well?
Oh, there was something. Last night, Johnny, there in front of the fireplace.
Yeah?
Well, didn't you get the feeling, too, that she was worried about something?
Now that you mention it, yes. But what?
I wish I knew. Then maybe I'd know what's happened to her.
All right, you go downstairs and make some coffee while I get into my clothes. Then we'll have a look around. I still didn't understand all his alarm until we had to look around that place. And I mean all of it. There was no sign of her anywhere, no clue as to why or where she'd gone. And to leave by that front gate and only a nightgown and a robe, I really must have been wrong about that.
But even if she did change, why aren't those things still here? And why did she leave? And without letting me know, Johnny, it isn't like her.
Rudy, any problems between you two?
Oh, good heavens, no. Nothing serious.
In spite of all her money? And let's face it, your comparative youth...
Oh, now wait a minute. Now, I resent that, Johnny. I mean, whatever implication you're trying to make.
What about your drinking?
What, do you say that just because I happened to have a few too many last night? Oh, no. Now, that's ridiculous. And she would have told me if she'd really objected to it.
Speaking of which, I think I could use one.
Yes, so can I.
All right, I'll get us a couple.
No, I'll get them. The stuff is still on the bar from last night.
I'll get them, Rudy. You just sit tight and keep an eye out this front window in case.
Well, but I... All right. Bourbon, you know?
Yes, I know. It had really hit me. Two things. Several things. Like the complete lack of a hangover, though I'd had to help him up to bed only a few hours before. Nancy and I had been drinking scotch. He'd taken all of his from a bottle of bourbon, so I checked that bottle. Bourbon? Nothing but weak tea. So he'd been putting on an act last night. Why? And why the insistence on keeping my glass filled? More things. That crack about drowning his sorrow, for instance. Was Nancy his sorrow? Because she got wise to the fact that he'd married her only for money? And was she the one who was really afraid? Is that why she'd sent for me? Of course, he hadn't wanted me around at first until he realized what a wonderful cover-up I'd be for him. But then where was the body? There was one place. A very obvious place. Maybe so obvious I wasn't expected to think of it. It's the obvious we most often overlook. Or was all this just wild speculation on my part? I had to find out.
You say a hunch, Johnny?
Yes, Rudy, and by some miracle, they usually pay off for me.
Well, what kind of a hunch?
There's one place on this property we didn't think of.
Where?
You just sit tight and finish your drink while I have a look.
Well, all right, Johnny.
You wait here. I'll be back in a few minutes. The little dam there at one end of the lake was a simple affair. 2 concrete abutments with a wall of 12-inch planks between them, one on top of the other. To raise the water level, you added a plank, and to lower it, of course. It was a bit of a struggle to pry away the top one, but I managed it. And the water started pouring out into a sort of canyon below, and then, as I fully expected,
Johnny, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind?
Yes, I know, Rudy. I hate to spoil
The whole lake will go down.
You want to give me a hand and help me pull another one of these planks?
What?
Until we get the water low enough to see where you left her body after you killed her last night? Well, Rudy?
Johnny, look, it won't be necessary. You see, I'll show you the spot, but listen to me.
I'm listening.
Not only the insurance, but all of her estate, it'll mine. And without her to dole it out to me like she would to a child. And there's plenty. You see? There's plenty for both of us.
Rudy.
We'll both be rich, Johnny. You understand? You see what I mean? It'll be so easy.
Rudy, I hate to sound corny,
Yes?
but why don't you try telling that to a judge? Any comments? Why bother? I hate this kind of case. But it does happen. Expense account total, including mileage on the rental car and the trip back to Hartford, $71.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the Everglades of Florida. And believe me, there are spots in there that can be pretty dangerous. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were William Redfield as Rudy, Adele Ronson as Nancy, and Reynold Osborne as Henry Foreman. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Tell me, old boy, how's the weather?
Cold, wet, and miserable, and who are you?
Charlie Warren, Johnny, out here in warm, sunny Southern California.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Don't I know it. I spent too many long, cold winters at the home office there in Hartford not to know it.
You're still with Worldwide Mutual?
Sure am. Always will be, I guess, unless they try to move me out of this Los Angeles office. Boy, when I think how you must be suffering back there in New England with all that cold and snow and sleet.
Okay, Charlie, don't rub it in. We can't all be as lucky as you are, and just think of all the beauty you're missing.
Yeah? Like what?
The clean, crisp, invigorating air, the sparkle of the sun on sleet-covered branches, the sound of sleigh bells, rolling fields drifted high with pure white snow.
And all that mud and slush you have to plow through there in town, and don't tell me otherwise.
Okay, you've made your point. I'm feeling even worse than I did before you called. Now, what's on your mind?
Any good reason why you shouldn't be out here enjoying the sunshine, the warm breezes, the smell of orange blossoms, the palm trees, and beautiful broads barging around in bikinis, and all the other delights of this subtropical paradise, and I want a badge from the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
What?
Money.
Well, now, that's no problem.
Oh, it isn't.
Well, why should it be? When the company's going to pay the freight. Provided, of course, you keep that crazy expense account within reasonable bounds, but just once in your life.
Oh, Charlie, you touched me to the quick. Have I ever done otherwise?
Oh, no.
I mean, except for an occasional nickel or dime here and there.
Or an occasional C-note now and then.
Well, after all, Charlie.
Well, seriously, Johnny, I need you. I need your help. Are you free to fly out here?
I don't know why not.
Okay, now, according to my watch, it's a little after 4 p.m.
And according to the clocks here in the wilds of Connecticut, it's a little after 7.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now, look, suppose I take a prop job that'll give me time for a little sleep along the way, and I'll see you first thing in the morning. Okay?
I'll meet you at the airport.
Okay.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer and the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Cinder Elmer matter. Expense account item 1, $176.40, taxi to Bradley Field and a plane ticket. It was close to midnight by the time I could get a flight out of Hartford. I don't know why so many people have to travel this time of the year. And it was nearly 3 by the time my plane in New York took off and headed west. All my plans to sleep along the way went to pot. Not only because of the several stops we had to make, but because of the cute little brunette who occupied the seat next to mine. A real charmer on her way to L.A. for a winter vacation, and did I have any ideas for how she might enjoy herself out there on the coast? Did I have ideas? But after we landed, then she introduced me to the blonde giant who met her there at the airport and took her in tow. Well, who am I to argue with a man who plays right tackle for the L.A. Rams football team? Anyhow, I was sadly lacking in sleep when Charlie Warren finally found me at the luggage stand, picked up my bags, and led me out to a car parked at the curb.
Oh, here you are, Johnny. I'll just toss these bags in the back.
Hey. Here, Johnny, here's the keys.
To a nice, quiet room with a soft bed in it.
Are you kidding? To this car.
Oh, Charlie, why don't you drive?
Well, this is one of those rental jobs.
Hmm?
Sure, my car's over there in the lot. Oh, and I had him throw in a set of chains.
What, you mean skid chains?
Yeah, up where you're going, you're going to need...
In sunny Southern California?
Excuse me, let me get my glove compartment.
Be my guest. You mind telling me just where I'm going and why?
Now, here's where we are, see? L.A. International Airport, see it?
I'd rather see a comfortable bed, Charlie.
Now, you go north on Sepulveda Boulevard to Manchester. East to Harbor Freeway, turn north, then east on the San Bernardino Freeway.
I do,
Yeah. San Bernardino's maybe 65 miles or so. Then you turn north here up into the mountains, see? And there's Crestline. There you are. At least that's where you can get directions to Hillcrest Lodge.
I can.
Oh, boy, I wish I could go along with you. That's the most beautiful country up there this time of year.
It really is.
75 or 80 degrees of hot smog down here. And up there at 5,000 feet altitude, it's all covered with snow. Beautiful.
Oh, Charlie, you're a dirty dog.
What?
Over the phone, you give me the Chamber of Commerce pitch to get me away from an eastern winter, and when I get out here...
Yeah, but this is different, Johnny. You'll love it. Skiing, tobogganing, magnificent view of all the peaks up there on the Rim of the World Drive. It's right near Lake Arrowhead, you know.
No, I didn't know, and what's more, I don't care. Unless I can get a little sleep, Charlie, I can...
Sleep? Johnny, up there in that clean, clear, crisp, cold air on that high altitude, you'll sleep like you've never slept before.
You mean like sometime tonight?
Sure.
If I'm lucky.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you still haven't told me what kind of a case I'm supposed to be working on.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Disappearance, Johnny. Name is Bartley Harmon.
Bartley Harmon?
Uh-huh. He and his wife, Nora. Real good-looking doll, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And his business partner, a man by the name of Elmer Wrightson.
Yeah?
Well, like they always do this time of year, they all went up to Crestline, Hillcrest Lodge for a few days.
So?
Nora phoned me just before I put in that call to you. Seems the poor little shrimp took off.
Poor little shrimp?
Yeah, her old man, Bartley.
Oh.
Both he and his partner, Elmer Wrightson, stand about 5'3", about 115 pounds, wringing wet. Look almost like twins.
I see. Go on.
Well, not that Nora. Bartley's wife. She's a good 5'11", but Johnny boy, I mean good. She's built like an Olympic champion, blonde, beautiful, and wow.
I'll take your word for it. Now, what happened to Bartley Harmon?
Well, he took off for a tramp in the snow, and he suddenly and completely disappeared.
Oh?
Sheriff's Department put out an APB in the whole area, but nobody's seen hide nor hair of him.
Go on.
And Johnny, that San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, well, they know their way around out in that country. If they haven't been able to find him, Bartley Harmon is really lost. And with the way it gets cold up in those mountains, well... Anyhow, sheriff's boys are expecting you. They'll cooperate.
Just what is your stake in him, Charlie?
Got him insured for $200,000. Accidental death, double indemnity. If he's fallen off a rock and busted his neck or into a chasm or something.
Now, Charlie...
And on top of everything else, heart isn't too awfully good either. Of course, if somebody... Well, you know what I mean.
No, I'm not sure I do. Does Bartley Harmon have a lot of enemies?
Not that I know of. For that matter, I don't think he has any real friends either.
Tell me, who would benefit by his death?
Well, of course, the business will all go to his partner, Elmer Wrightson.
Mm-hmm. How do they get along?
Only because they have to, I guess. Keep the business going.
I see. And the insurance goes to his wife?
All goes to Nora.
And how do they get along?
Well, she's a beautiful dame. He has a lot of money, and, well, she's a lot younger than he is, you know.
No, I didn't know.
Now, wait a minute, Johnny. Somebody did murder him. Well, you mean... You think that maybe one of them?
Charlie, I think I better get on up to Crestline.
Here's a friendly and important reminder from your postmaster. This is the time of year when the post office handles its biggest volume of mail. The extra load often takes extra time. So if you want your cards and packages to arrive at their destination before Christmas, mail early and often. Make sure addresses are clear and correct. Use postal zone numbers and send your cards by first-class mail. For a merrier Christmas, shop early, mail early.
That long, hot drive through the valley to San Bernardino, San Berdoo as the natives call it, almost did me in. I really felt the lack of sleep. But then as I swung up into the mountains, and at the 4,000-foot level had to put on snow chains and turn up the windows, well, it really is beautiful country up there. Not only because of the white, clean snow, but the mountains, the magnificent big pines anchored to the sides of them, and the colorful, picturesque little cottages. At Hillcrest Lodge, I found that a young fellow from the sheriff's office, Roy Turner, was waiting for me. After helping me up to my room with my bags, he got right to the point.
I can't say that I like this situation, Mr. Dollar. Not a bit.
Why, Turner?
Call me Roy.
All right, call me Johnny.
Well, Johnny, simply because of the people involved.
Man falls in love with partner's wife and does away with said partner?
Not a chance. At least there's no chance you'd give him any kind of a break. I'd bet on it.
Why?
Because Wrightson is the same kind of homely, pedantic, facts and figures little shrimp as her husband Bartley is. And there's no question but that she's had enough of him.
Enough to want to get rid of him, Roy?
Well, Harmon's worth a lot of money, I understand. A lot of insurance, too.
Yeah, that's true.
And she's a much younger, good-looking, athletic... Well, where do you see her?
I'd like to.
You will. And don't think for a minute she doesn't make the most of it, of what she has. Johnny, for the few days they spend up here every year, she brings along enough expensive clothes to sink a battleship. In addition to snow and ski and skating outfits, I mean. She has a whole trunk full of shoes alone. Anyhow, we're making sure that she sticks around. Wrightson, too, for that matter.
Roy, if they're all on such lousy terms, why do they come up here together?
Only because she likes it so much. So Bartley tags along to keep an eye on her.
And Mr. Wrightson?
To keep an eye on him, I guess.
I take it you've combed the hills around here pretty well.
As thoroughly as we know how.
Mm-hmm. What about all those little cabins that I've seen around?
Been through them all. Apparently, Harmon headed over toward Old Ironside. That's just north of here. Has a sharp face on it where the snow doesn't stick. And beyond it, well, in order to save time, we have a helicopter out there looking over that big valley.
Roy?
Yes, Johnny?
You know, over the years, I've investigated an awful lot of disappearances.
Yeah?
And you would be surprised at how many people disappear deliberately, just to get away from things once and for all.
But leave behind that beautiful wife he's so jealous of? And his share of a prosperous business?
It is a possibility, though, isn't it?
Well... that may be for me. I told the operator I'd be here. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Where? Okay. Leave it there. Have him go back and pick me up at the port.
As I started to say, it is possible, Roy.
Not anymore, Johnny.
Oh?
The copter just found Bartley Harmon out there beyond Old Ironside. Or rather,
They found his body.
We got to the airport on the edge of San Bernardino in less than 20 minutes. The copter was already there and waiting for us. We piled in, took off, and headed back to Crestline, then past it, then circled the cold gray peak that was called Old Ironside. Beyond it was a long, narrow valley, edged on both sides by a heavy growth of timber, and 100 yards or so from the tree line, out in the open, there on the cold, dry snow, lay the body of Bartley Harmon.
I don't see any mark where you landed this crate, Steve. I didn't try to land, sir. Just took her down low enough to make a positive ID, then got on the horn and reported in. They told me to run back to Purdue and pick you up, sir. Looks to me as though you may have got down there too close. What, sir? I mean, this chopper apparently blew a lot of snow on top of it. Hope it didn't cover any clues. Sorry, sir.
Clues, Roy?
Now find a spot to land us up there ahead of it. Right, sir.
I can't help wondering what Harmon was doing way out here and alone.
Oh, he and Wrightson believes that old legend about a cave full of gold out in this valley. Often came to look for it. You know, while his wife was busy skiing or skating or tobogganing.
With his bad heart, Roy?
Well, actually, it's only a mile or so from the lodge, so I guess he figured it wouldn't be too much for him. Looks like he figured wrong, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of knocks my theories into a cocked hat, too.
You've given up the idea of murder.
Yep. Set us down here anywhere, Steve. Right, sir. And we shall see what we shall see.
What we saw down there was more than we'd bargained for. The body was that of Bartley Harmon, all right, and there wasn't a mark on it. It looked as though the old boy, overextending himself at that high altitude, had simply had his heart give out on him. Until we found two things. One, another set of footprints leading to the spot, much smaller prints that could have been made by a woman's snow boots. And second, beside them there in the snow, a cigarette butt with lipstick on it.
Looks to me, Johnny, like this settles it. In spite of her alibi. Nora Harmon.
Alibi, Roy?
That she was over in Arrowhead Village shopping when he took his little walk out here.
Anybody try to check up on it?
Yeah, but nothing really definite either way.
Well, then that doesn't prove that she did this, Roy, that she or anybody else did anything.
You mean because of no marks on the body?
That's right. And, Roy, there's something about this whole setup that... I don't know. I don't know.
Let's face it, Johnny. Why'd she say she was in Arrowhead when she was really out here with him?
Well, was she?
And who else had such a motive?
Did Elmer Wrightson have an alibi, too?
Asleep in his room all that afternoon? And no reason to doubt him.
I wonder.
But Johnny, the footprints. And more important, this cigarette butt with a lipstick. If a lab test shows it to be the same kind that she uses... Steve.
Yes, sir?
When you and Mr. Dollar haul the body into San Bernardino for the autopsy, have Doc Hanley analyze the lipstick on this cigarette, too. Have him do that first.
While we take the body in?
I want to follow those two sets of footprints back to the lodge. I'll meet you there, okay? What's the matter, John?
Oh, nothing, Roy. It's just that... Well, if we've overlooked something out here...
Yeah? Like what?
No, forget it. Come on, Steve. Let's get the body aboard.
Yes, sir.
Doc Hanley told me that the lipstick was quite unusual. While he went ahead with the autopsy, I had Steve drive me up to the lodge. A $5 tip to a light-fingered bellboy got me one of Nora Harmon's lipsticks out of her room. When I got back and showed it to Hanley, he was certain it was the same as that on the cigarette. As for the result of his autopsy...
Beaten to death, Mr. Dollar.
Without a single mark on him?
There were several intestinal and mesentery perforations, blood in the peritoneal cavity.
So?
You saw no external bruises because death occurred so quickly, the blood stopped circulating immediately. And without circulation, there can be no hemorrhage into the tissues. Well, little-known fact, my boy.
I see. So it looks then as though Roy may have been right in spite of this hunch of mine.
Hunch? In this modern day and age, don't be ridiculous, my boy. Look at the facts. She not only had the motive, but if I understand correctly, is physically capable of such an action. And with the cigarette butt as proof that she was out there with him, yeah, I'll phone Roy Turner at the lodge and tell him to charge her with murder.
I wonder, though.
Wonder? Why? What's there to wonder about?
Well, Doc, unless she is pretty stupid.
Well, I'm certain from what I've heard about her that she isn't. Far from it.
Then why leave such obvious, incriminating tracks? Both the footprints and the cigarette.
My boy, even the cleverest of criminals sometimes overlook little things like that.
Little things? Doc, this is more like leaving a couple of neon signs. I'd better get back to the lodge.
To assist Roy with the arrest?
Maybe to keep him from arresting the wrong person. As I walked into my room at the lodge, Roy was just hanging up the phone.
Okay. Okay, Doc. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I'll bring her in right away.
Roy, before you do that...
Yeah, I know, Johnny. The doc told me what you said to him, and I agree with you. It was pretty foolish for her to leave such obvious signposts. Not at all like her.
Okay, then.
But following up those sets of tracks out there really clinched it.
How do you mean?
Oh, he went for his little walk in the snow alone, all right, but she followed him. And every time he stopped to rest, she also stopped, but a couple of 100 yards behind him and well hidden by the trees. And more important, Johnny...
Yeah?
Every time she stopped, she lit up and smoked one of those cigarettes. And they are the same brand she uses. I've checked on it. Then, when he took off again, she dropped the butt in the snow and followed him again. Until finally, when she had him far enough away to be safe... Bango.
Now, wait a minute.
One other little thing, too, Johnny.
Roy.
While you were down there in San Bernardino, I compared those footprints with a pair of Nora's shoes. Same type and size.
Wait a minute, will you?
Well?
Roy, it has finally got through this thick skull of mine. The butt. The cigarette butt we found by the body. Before you picked it up.
Yeah, what about it, Johnny?
Listen, did you find some more out there?
Several, just further proof.
Did you leave any of them laying around out there?
Well, sure. One or two are all I need for evidence.
All right, come on. We're going out there and look at them.
What?
Yes. Unless you can visualize exactly what that first one looked like lying there beside the body.
Well, I don't know.
Because I can. And, Roy, before you do anything foolish like arresting Nora Harmon, you better have a look at some of those others. Now, come on.
The first place she stopped is just ahead.
Good. Glad it hasn't snowed for a while.
But I still think this is a kind of silly waste of time, Johnny.
And I tell you that both of us ought to be shot for not having been more observant.
You still haven't told me what this miraculous inspiration is that... Oh, here we are. And you see? That butt lying there with that same lipstick on it. Here, I'll take it along.
No, don't touch it.
Huh?
Just take a good look at it, Roy. Don't you see? It wasn't crushed out. It was simply dropped there on top of the snow.
Well, sure, so what?
Then what put it out?
Well, the snow. What else?
Did it?
What do you mean?
If that cigarette was still burning when it was dropped here on the snow, don't you see, Roy? Don't you see? It would have melted some of the snow while it was going out.
Wait a minute, Johnny. You're right.
Of course I am. All those butts you found were smoked and put out somewhere else. No doubt by Nora Harmon because of the lipstick. Then somebody else carefully picked them up and saved them. And for only one reason, Roy, to plant them out here beside these footprints.
Wrightson?
Right. Elmer Wrightson, the only other person with a motive.
But the footprints from her shoes.
Didn't you say that she's a big girl? And that Elmer is a little shrimp?
Yeah. And if he wears a snow boot like hers, we've got him. But if he doesn't, Johnny?
Did you also say that she has a whole trunk full with her?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't she have at least a couple of pairs of snow boots?
Sure, I've seen them myself.
Any reason, then, why he couldn't have borrowed a pair of hers and then put them back?
Yeah, but if he didn't, Johnny?
Well, let's try it, Roy. Let's try the Cinderella bit on him, Only it'll be, Cinder Elmer. We'll make him put on a pair of her snow boots, and if they fit... Well, are you game to try it?
Nothing to lose, Johnny. Let's go.
Her snow boots fit him all right. And little old Cinder Elmer, the dumb jerk should have known better. He should have made us come up with some really concrete evidence. But luckily for us, Elmer just broke down and confessed to the whole bit. So, once again, it's up to the courts. Expense account total, including the trip home, $377.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the cleverest cover-ups for a firebug I've ever seen. And believe me, I've seen plenty. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Cliff Carpenter as Sheriff Roy Turner, Eugene Francis as Charles Warren, Bob Dryden as Dr. Hanley, and Jim Stevens as the helicopter pilot. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Enjoy the Gary Moore Show weekdays on the CBS Radio Network. At Rule 59 on your Tri-Cities dial, this is WROW Music in Albany, New York.
A newcomer in town can feel mighty lonesome. Welcome Wagon hostesses make these newcomers feel wanted when they make their cordial Welcome Wagon visits. Their baskets contain useful gifts from civic-minded businessmen, invitations to participate in varied social and volunteer activities of the many civic agencies in the community. In addition, every Welcome Wagon call recipient in the greater Albany or Schenectady areas, as well as Delmar, Latham, or Scotia, is invited to attend the local Welcome Wagon Club. This is an organization of newcomers all anxious to make friends. Various Welcome Wagon clubs vary from 30 to 150 members who meet monthly. Their interests include bowling, golf, cards, handcraft, and dancing. You can help to make your new neighbor feel at home. Call State 59640 today and make your neighbor eligible for the many opportunities in a Welcome Wagon Club. Remember, State 59640.